What's good, my peopleizations? What's good? What's good? What's good? We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about the super fight that never came to fruition. The super fight that never came to fruition. So, smash the like button. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Let's make it happen. I see they're not sending out the notifications today, huh? It's all good. Let's work. So, with that said, salute to my brother, Young World, Dimitri Cohen, Ghetto Love, my brother on the mic, Terence Bailey Sr. Go subscribe to my brother on the mic, Terence Bailey Sr. God's Greatest, MJ's Total Health and Wellness, Old School Eric, 88 Sports Talk, Christopher West, Paco Juan, ZZ, Kamel Page, Christopher West, TZ Franks, The Real McCoy, Soul Truth, Vinnie Vincent, Warrior Class the Third, Stash Lo Mein, Nuke Juice, Black Iron King, Skinny Hardaway, Black Ham TV, JT 1305, King Jr. Why is it jumping on me? Wayman Davis, salute. King Vonnie 86, D-Tay E, Jeffrey Brick, Vinnie Vincent, Big Homie Coop, Aaron White, Gio James Khalil 98, Michael Thompson, Michael Helton, Dimitri Cohen, Clayton Smith, Big Homie Coop, Kevin Bob, Clayton, Aaron White, The Real Songstress, peace and blessings, Queen. Salute to my brother Mike G in the super chat. He said, yeah, wipe your feet before you come inside. Yes, sir. Troy Archer, Black Iron King. Oh, man, it's jumping on me. I don't know what YouTube is doing today, man. TJ Sports Entertainment, Victor Griffin, Justin DeLibro, Will Latimer, Rampage Jackson, Dominique Horton, Loving Down Gaither, Albert Doherty, John Dubb, Soul Truth, Stephen Young, Beetle Will, Guna Season, A. Louis, Gavin Washington, Jelani Everin, Jordan Maverick, Kenneth Howard, Fat Cat, Shadow Boxing, my brother, Alfred Petaway, Tank Gain and Grip, Ion Jack, Daniel Jones, Calvin Johnson, DeAndre Smith, Goldie Boydley, Borat, salute. K. Harris, salute. William Taggart, salute. VV2 Vita, live your life, salute. My brother, what's good with you? Bobo, salute. Jordan Maverick, Los Angeles Lakers. Salute, salute, salute. I see they're not sending out my notifications, but let's work. Don't worry about it. So, here we have a situation where Terence Crawford is simply saying he's wiping his hands of the Errol Spence fight. That's what Terence Crawford is stating, that he's wiping his hands. Jose Juarez, salute, my great brother. He says that he's wiping his hands of the Errol Spence fight. Okay, he's stating that he don't want to be asked about the Errol Spence fight. He don't want to talk about the Errol Spence fight. He's done with the Errol Spence fight. Okay, Terence Crawford is feeling slighted. Terence Crawford feels like he's not getting his just dues when it comes to the situation with himself and Errol Spence. He feels like he could get a far better offer than the offer he's receiving. Terence Crawford feels like he's getting the short end of the stick essentially, and he says that he's moving away from the situation regarding Errol Spence Jr. In my opinion, that's unfortunate for the boxing fans. Smash the like button, man. We got 200 people. Let's get 200 likes. Smash the like button. They're not sending out the notification today, but let's work, okay? Soul Truth, Sherman Callahan, John Kramer, Quan 43, salute. Rakeem Sally, salute. Coach Truitt, salute. So this is what, essentially, what Errol Spence is saying. So, I mean, this is what Terence Crawford is stating, right? That he feels slighted. smash the like button, man. You see, YouTube is not sending out the notifications. They're blocking the visibility right now for whatever reason. This is what they do on a daily basis, right? You know, on a daily basis, this is what they do. They pick and choose, and they just is knuckle up, salute. It's annoying, man. For real, for real. Anyway, yeah, smash that like button, man. Let's work. All right, we got 230 people. Let's work. Okay. So with that said, Terence Crawford is essentially saying that he's moving away from the fight. That's unfortunate for the fans of the sport of boxing. Because we fancy the big fights. You understand? And ultimately, Michael Helton, Roy Boy, Florida, salute. Yeah, salute, Jelani Everett, man. I hope so, man. D. Greg, salute. It's ridiculous, man. RJJ3 Boxing, my brother, salute. Kenneth Pinkney, Chef Curry, salute. It's truly ridiculous, right? That why do you have to go through this? Just send out the notifications. They clearly blocking, the visibility. Clearly. And then they say the same thing every time. Well, we just got to make sure everybody's real. Every time. Kashif Dixon, QCP 1000, salute. Big homie Coop, salute. So anyway, D. Greg, salute. So John Dub, salute. So my question is this: do y'all feel like that Errol Spence needs to essentially, just bend DP Rocker, salute. Do y'all feel like he should bend and just give in just for the sake of making this big fight? It's a legacy fight. Eduardo, Santiago, John Walker, John Kramer, Kirk Jordan, Pilo Costa, salute. Riley Forster, salute. Do y'all feel like Errol Spence at this point in time should just, give in and just for the sake of making a big fight? Jose Juarez, salute, my brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue. He said, I used to like Crawford, but now not so much. He's hurting his fan base. Baby Roll, Syndicate J, The Zelly Show, salute. Malia Whiteville, peace and blessings, Queen. Hope Malia Whiteville. Orlando Palmer, salute. King Kong Brody Johnson, salute. Boss Rad 357, salute. Galvatron, my brother Jay Davis, salute. Jamil Allen, salute. Right? He's hurting his fan base. Marvin Banks, Nixon 6, salute. He's hurting his fan base, right? John Smith, salute. Derek McGowan Ludd, salute. Jamal, salute. Frederick Moore. David the Real Thomas, salute. Dominic Horton, salute. Melvin Smith, salute. Appreciate you, King. He's hurting his fan base. And I don't believe he understands that he's hurting his fan base. Not just currently, but in the future. Danny Webb, salute. Not just currently, but in the future. And guess what? Let me tell y'all something else. Deontay Shearer, salute. Roscoe Johnson, salute. I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to tell you something else why. Ray Green, salute. Imagine this. Should Errol Spence say, you know something, for the sake of the fans and for the sake of the sport of boxing and for my legacy and everybody else, I'm gonna go ahead. Spursy Val, salute. Ashley May, salute. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give him what he wants. If Errol Spence did that and then beat Terence Crawford entire fan base is going to shift. Why? Because one, the fans, even though Mr. Finesse, my brother, salute. T. Xavier, salute. Even though Nick Silvio, salute. Even though the fans, you have fans that don't want to identify it. They don't want to say, oh, Terence Crawford is holding up the fight or he's blocking the fight, right? They don't want to say that, right? Edgar Maher, salute. They don't want to say that. They don't want to admit it. John Dub, salute. But they see it. They understand. They see what's going on. They know exactly what's taking place because you can't not see the truth. You know who's the biggest star and you know who deserves what. It's point blank and period. It's just that simple. Christopher West, salute. It's very simple, right? Alex Carrillo, salute. When you know Ken Broadwater, Felix May, salute. you know when the fighter deserves a certain percentage or they don't. Period. You understand? So see, sometimes accomplishments in the sport of boxing, right? Matt 8-5-13, salute. John Smith, salute. Sometimes accomplishments can get overstated. And what I mean by that is Jaime Peralta, salute. Let me explain. Yes, Terence Crawford is very accomplished. He's very skilled in the ring. You can't deny what we see in the ring. You can't deny his skill set. That can't be denied. Is he a great fighter? Absolutely. Bang on him, cool, salute. Uh, his is his is his skill set great in the ring? Absolutely. You understand? Salute Stephen Young, my brother in the super chat. He said if he gives in, it messes up a future negotiations. Bud is being mad, unreasonable. No way it's 50-50. I agree. I don't believe that it's a 50-50 fight either. Right? But this is what I'm saying. PGH Big Dog, my brother, salute. Burgess Meredith, salute. What I'm saying is Dwayne Freeman, salute. Jay Lynn, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing today? You know, what I'm saying is if he decides that if he said, you know what, for the sake of the fans, see the fans know, you understand? There's no way you could there's no way. Wow, man. Wow. So there's no way. Salute to Mac D. Smith, my brother in the super chat. Dropping that 3/4 of a dub on your boy Blue. Salute to you, King. I appreciate you 1,000%. Christian Hines, salute. Peace be free. My brother in the super chat, he said, is the pandemic the reason why these fights are not happening? Jamaica Solid, salute, my great brother. No, this fight personally, sleep with one eye open, salute. Soul True, Rocco 3, salute. Old School Eric, salute. No, this fight currently is being held up by Terence Crawford. There's no other way to slice it. It's just being held up by Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford, and the fans are not going to say that. His team obviously is not going to say that. People they want to overstate it. They don't want to give credit where credit is due. In saying that it's a 60-40 split in Errol Spence's favor is for Team Crawford and that fan base saying he's the biggest star. That's admitting that Errol Spence is the biggest star, and that's what they don't want. Even though the numbers are right there for us to see that he's the biggest star, and they just don't want to admit it. Smash the like button. We got 400 people. How many likes do we have? I'm sure we got like 216 likes or something of that nature. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes all the way up. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Smash the like button. Salute to my brother RJJ3 Boxing in the super chat. He said, here's the thing with Bud. He said a few months back that he was rich. He doesn't need that Spence fight. Yet 60-40 split is $8 million payday. This is a fact. And on top of that, great brother, if they said that Terence Crawford is not a person that he don't need the money, he's not looking for these massive contracts and things of that nature, he's comfortable where he's at, then make the fight. If it's not about the money, then make the fight. How could you say it's not about the money, but then don't make this fight because you want more of a bigger share of the pie? For what? No, and that's why I'm trying to explain to people, RJJ3 Boxing, they don't get it that it's not about the money. It's just that Terence Crawford doesn't want to take a back seat to Errol Spence. That's simply what it is. So he's holding up the fight, but because you have fan base that say, well, no, it should be 50-50, and they know it shouldn't be 50-50 because we're talking about what they accomplished outside the ring. We're not talking about their skill set inside the ring. And so people continue to try to bring up the skill set inside the ring. We're not talking about the skill set inside the ring. If that's the case, you know how many fights would be a 50-50 split in negotiations across the table if we solely talking about skill set? Listen. Oscar De La Hoya was not the most skilled guy when he got in the ring with those big fights. But in the majority of his big fights, he got the bigger share of the pie, not because of his skill set, and so here's another thing, because of his brand outside the ring. And Oscar De La Hoya wasn't a big, massive pay-per-view star when we compare it. See, this is what people always do. They want to say, look at because we use Floyd Mayweather as an example, and they want to say Errol Spence don't sell like Floyd Mayweather. Well, can anybody tell me Oscar De La Hoya's numbers before the Mayweather fight? Because last time I checked, he wasn't in the top 5 of massive pay-per-views. He wasn't consistently in the top 5 like Floyd Mayweather. That's why I say Floyd Mayweather was in an anomaly. Okay? Like Mike Tyson. You understand? Yeah, Floyd Mayweather together with Oscar De La Hoya did those massive numbers. But then Floyd Mayweather went on to do those massive numbers without Oscar De La Hoya. And then you got to look at the facts. What about before pay-per-view? Fighters was just big. You understood the brand outside the ring. And so we understand the brand. We understand what we see. Right now, he's doing the bigger gates than Terence Crawford, clearly, because he's doing the bigger gates than anybody in the sport of boxing right now. But yet, we continue to talk about the skill set in the ring. Well, the skill set in the ring, come on, it's a 50-50. Well, you look at the talent level, the talent pool. If he fought, that being Terence Crawford, if he fought anybody, right? If he fought anybody of Errol Spence's last 3 fights, they will all be the biggest fight in Terence Crawford's career. But yet we want to pretend we don't see that. DP Rocco, my brother in Super Chat. Blue, please break this down for the public. How is Tim Bradley a Hall of Famer? He fought no one. He's doing a lot of talking these days. I can't stand to listen to dude. Well, Timothy Bradley, see, this is the thing about the sport of boxing. Todd Swindle, salute, is your accomplishments. Now, we can look at how we got 214 likes. We got 513 people, 530 people now, and we only got 200 likes. Smash the like button. Get the likes all the way up. We got 530 people. Now 535 people, and we still don't have 400 likes. Nixon 6 said Bud would have stopped Mikey. Who cares? Who cares? What does that mean? Norm Sal, salute. What does that mean? Why do we bring up these talking points? Who cares? Baba Yaga, salute. If he would have stopped, Tiana Scott, peace and blessings, Marvin Banks, salute. John Phillips, salute. If he stops Mikey, who cares? That's still, if he fights Mikey Garcia right now, that's the best person on his resume. Andre Robinson, salute. Trick Nolte, my brother, salute. If he stopped Mikey Garcia, Wilbur's Comfort, Omaha, salute. Right now, it's still, I don't care if he stops him or not. That's still the best fighter on his resume. Icebud, salute. That's still the best fighter on his resume. Point blank and period. That's still the best fighter on his resume. My brother Bish, B Megastar, salute. That boy Narudi, salute. That still would be the best fight on his resume. I tell you this all the time. Styles make fights. Q Brown, salute. My brother Mr. Boston Today too, salute. Go subscribe to my brother Mr. Boston Today too. Go subscribe to his channel, man. Lord Sweat Real, salute. Free Game Fella, salute. Free Game Fella said Terence Crawford will be Spence's best fighter, and vice versa. So what difference does it make? But then you remove themselves and you look at their resume and who has the better resume. Rex Jamal, salute. So see, these are the points that y'all just be making for the sake of making it, right? This is why you don't get the fights that you want. That's why. Let me tell you why, right? I'm going to tell you why. Alvarez Lovic, salute. I'm going to tell you why. That's why you don't get the fights that you want. Because you say stuff like that. Johnny Stanley, salute. Big Gormanke, salute. You know why? Because Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. They was each other's biggest fight. So what does that mean? What did that mean? That meant that Floyd Mayweather was supposed to give him a 50-50 split? No. You know why? Because Floyd Mayweather still had the better resume. Jermichael Griffin, salute. Silver Surfer Luger, salute. Floyd Mayweather still had the better resume. So what does that mean? But he'll be here. Who cares about that? Loving Now Gaither, salute. That's why y'all don't get the fights you want to see. That's why. Eddie Boyce, SS, salute. Eric Horn, JT, salute. New Jersey, salute. Michael McGee, salute. So you remove them from each other, and who's fighting a better competition? Is it even close? The two Molden, salute. My brother CB Sports TV, Carl Burrell in the building. Is it even close? When you remove them from the equation, move themselves from it, is it close? Because you can't fight yourself. So, okay, yeah, he would be his biggest fight. Okay, and guess what? If you remove him out the equation, right, and you put Gamboa on Errol Spence's resume, you take Gamboa. Would Gamboa be the best fighter on Errol Spence's resume? No. If you took Julian Sendango, would he be the best fighter on Errol Spence's resume? No. If you took Kell Brook, obviously, would he be the best fighter on Errol Spence's resume? No. Who could you take from Terence Crawford's resume and say this would be the biggest fight on his resume? Who could you do that with? Thank you, man. Who could you do that with on Terence Crawford's resume? Who could you take on Terence Crawford's resume, put them on Errol Spence's resume, and say this would be the best fighter Errol Spence ever faced? And Timothy Bradley is a borderline Hall of Famer. When you start in the sport of boxing, in sports in general, when you start putting certain fighters in the sport in the Hall of Fame in sports, right? Then you got to accommodate everybody. So if you could put Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame, then you got to put Timothy Bradley in the Hall of Fame. You understand? Because Timothy Bradley beat Juan Manuel Marquez and Devin Alexander, those type of level of fighters, and Arturo Gatti ain't beat nobody close to on Juan Manuel Marquez's career. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. That's why you're a Hall of Famer. His accomplishments. Is he a first ballot? No. Is he a Hall of Famer? Yeah. Is he better than some of the guys in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Marquez was washed. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. That version of Marquez would have beat Arturo Gatti. Tunnel vision, salute. If you put that Arturo Gatti, you put that Juan Manuel Marquez in the ring with Arturo Gatti, at any point in time, he beats him. He beats him. He beats him. He beats him. So there you have it. If you're going to put Gotti in, you got to put Tim Brown in. We got 600 people. How many likes we got? How many likes we got? Smash the like button. Terence Crawford should, my brother Justin Delibro, salute. He said Terence Crawford should accept 60-40 negotiations to be the number one, getting the 60 in the rematch if he wins. Right. Because why not? How come you don't see anybody, Stephen Lamontes Hawkins, salute. How come you don't see anybody saying Terence Crawford should take that? King Zeus, salute. Why? Why? Because they don't want to give Errol Spence credit for his accomplishments? Pro Counter Boxing, King Senior, Rico Breland, salute. Eric Gold, salute. Milani, peace and blessings. Reggie Cheese, salute. Daily News, 1017, salute. Bunny Gary, salute. Right? My brother said, okay. Daily News said Terence Crawford avoiding Errol Spence. I'm not saying. Okay, so what you call it? If you remove Terence Crawford and you put anybody else in this situation, and I gave you the same layout, what would you say? Slim D TV, D-Man Jr., salute. Terrell Harris, salute. What would you say? Now you're not being honest. Watch this now. Adrian Vet, salute. Sai Abu, salute. Now watch this. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. We got 600 people. We should have 600 likes. Now, he said, Terence Crawford, Anah Israel, salute. Melvin Campbell, salute. See, I'm going to lay it out. Lido Kid, salute. I'm going to lay it out so you can see clearly. Main Boxing Biker, salute. Big T Warner, salute. Quinterio Sherrod, salute. So Bomac said they never received the offer of 60-40. Cut it down, salute. They never received the offer. Well, we've seen Errol Spence in public saying that if he takes 60-40, we'll make the fight happen. And we heard Terence Crawford respond and say 60-40, if that's the offer, it got to be 60-40 in my favor. So now you heard Terence Crawford say he's not going to accept 60-40, got to be 50-50. And just so y'all know, when Bomac said we never was offered 60-40, well, Bob Arum said until they come to the negotiation table and come offer the 60-40 split and come to 50-50, we're going to allow them to put on other fights, pay-per-views that are not big fights and lose money. And they said until he says it's 50-50, we're not going to take the fight. So that sounds like they know 60-40 is a possibility. So that means that they are turning down the offer from Errol Spence to make the fight happen because they don't think it suffice. Plain and simple. JX, my brother in the super chat. If Bud fought Spence now with no crowds, who would be Bud's next big fight because he can't promote? I still think he's ducking. So my thing is this, right? Maybe it's a possibility that they're looking to stall us out as fans because the fans can't be in attendance. But there can be 16,000 fans. So let me give you an example. Again, if this fight went to Las Vegas and took place at the MGM, well, that would be about the same amount of numbers you could do in Texas. Now, let me explain something to you. There might be a very long time before you're able to go to Vegas and pack out Vegas at the MGM. It may be 2 years before we can get the MGM back to normal. That may not happen for another 2 years. So, in the meantime, Terence Crawford is 33 years old. So the only place you could put this fight currently, that's not Errol Spence's fault. It just unfolded the way it unfolded. Okay, because Texas allows more fans in attendance and Florida than any other state. It just happens that's his state. You understand? But that's not Errol Spence's fault, right? And so you got to look at this, right? Bob Arum doesn't believe that Terence Crawford, he just said Terence Crawford and Sean Porter is not a big fight. It's not worth more than $1 million. If Terence Crawford is a big star, listen, when is Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Errol Spence, Andre Ward, the list could go on. Manny Pacquiao, right? I could even say Sergey Kovalev, Bernard Hopkins, right? When is these guys fought? And their opponent meant everything to the level of the fight it was. And what I mean by that is, if Sean Porter, who is a two-time welterweight world champion, who did big pay-per-view with Errol Spence, is not a big fight for Terence Crawford, well, then essentially you're saying Terence Crawford is not a big star either because he can't carry the fight. If Errol Spence and Sean Porter could do 325,000 pay-per-views and sell out the Staples Center in LA and do a gate of over 2 million, then how come Sean Porter versus Terence Crawford is not a big fight and can't do more than $1 million guaranteed for Sean Porter? Raymond B's, my brother in the super chat. Bud needs to fight Ugas. Then if he fights Spence with 2 belts each it's a 50-50 fight. It's still not a 50-50 fight. That would be a better argument, but it's still not a 50-50 fight. It's still not, because we're talking about the numbers. Now it's a Fritzland Charles salute. It's a way for him to make a case for himself. But even if he fought Ugas, that's not a big fight again, right? It's a King Vonnie 86 said we got 439 likes. I'm gonna wait. We got 620 people here. I'll wait until y'all feel like smashing the like button. We ain't gonna do that again today. We're not gonna do that again today. Get the likes all the way up. We should at least be at the number of likes, Misfit B, peace and blessings, Queen, as people in the building. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you come in the house. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. We should be at 600 likes easy right now. Get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. Who on Errol Spence resume in his last 3 fights that wouldn't be the biggest fight in Terence Crawford's career? I'm being honest with y'all, man. Salute to my brother Christopher Schaefer in the super chat. Dropping that dub on your boy Blue. He says, salute, Blue. I wouldn't say Crawford is ducking. He knows 60-40 is generous. I think he's trying to save face because he knows Bob won't sign off. He definitely at fault for re-signing with Bob Arum, though. Facts. And maybe that's the case. But here's the situation, right? Salute to my brother Chuga Fantastic, coming through showing love as he do on a daily basis, man. So here's the thing. Salute to my brother Money Brown TV. Go subscribe to my brother Money Brown TV. Jethro 66, salute. So Brandon Hill Senior, salute. Around the world, salute. Stash Lomain, salute. Soul True, salute. Mr. Gillian, salute. So now I'm under the impression. Quan 43, my brother. Swisher, Sweet Sorely, salute. G Money, salute. Mr. Tally 140. Donald now, the 65-year-old G Grant, triple OG in the building. What's good with you, triple OG? Slim D TV. Eric Horn, salute. Duke Doom 1. Fly High 89. Calvin Johnson, salute. Straight to the body, salute. Yeah, man. Smash the like button, man. Get the lights up. Come on, man. Miss for B, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing today? Uber everywhere, salute. So, yeah, so now let's look at it from this standpoint, right? Devin Blocker, salute. And said, if you take Mikey Garcia, would that not be the biggest fight? RJJ3 Boxing said, I missed the super chat. You sure, King? Because I thought I read it. No, I read your super chat, King. What'd you say? What'd you say though? Because I'm sure I read it. You probably missed me when I said it. Hustler for that bag, salute. Smash the like button. So now let's look at it from this standpoint. Smash the like button. Underground Asylum, salute, my great brother. Get the lights up. Mr. Mechanical, Devin Blocker, salute. So now look at it from this standpoint, right? Bob says, Thomas Moreland, salute. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, Errol Spence says this. Terence Crawford said this. Albert Harper, salute. He said, Mark Reed, salute. Terence Crawford said, if I leave Top Rank and Bob Arum, if I wasn't with them, I could make these fights happen. What does that tell you? James Carter, salute. What does that tell you? Jamal Wright, salute. He says, if I'm not with them, I can make this fight happen. Okay? So, RJJ3 Boxing, I got two. I read both of them, King. James Tucker, Snoop 500, salute. I read both of them. Mark Reed, salute, King. So he said, if I wasn't with Bob Arum, these fights would happen. But then in the same token, he said, I can't fault Bob Arum because Bob Arum tried to make all these big fights. He wants to make them. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is it because you are tied to them, they don't want to make the fight happen? Or is it because Bob don't want to pay them? Because he said that if I wasn't with Bob Arum on record, then I can make these fights happen. Then he said, well, I know Bob wants to make these fights, so I can't fault Bob Arum. So who's at fault? Somebody has to be at fault for these not happening. Right? And then we look at the numbers. So Bob said Sean Porter fight is not a big fight, is not worth more. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman is not worth more than a guaranteed $1 million. Well, then you don't want to make the fight. Robert Singleton, salute. But instead, the fans will say, well, Adrian Vett, salute. Instead, the fans will return and be like, well, that's because Sean Porter is pricing himself out. Pedro L. Forte, salute. Well, Sean Porter is pricing himself out. Sean Porter don't really want the fight. I'm confused. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes to 600. Now we got 680 people. Get the likes up to 600. My peoples. Nelson Rivera, salute. Tab Investment, salute. So now he says, well, the thing is, Big T Warner, my brother in the Super Chat, says Sean Porter beats Terence Crawford. Strong possibility he does. Strong possibility. So now Bob says, salute to you for the Super Chat. Appreciate you, Kay. So Bob says Keith Thurman and Sean Porter are not worth more than a guaranteed $1 million to make that fight happen. Well, then you don't want to make those fights happen. Because Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, Sean Porter got more than $1 million to fight Errol Spence Jr. And both Keith Thurman and Sean Porter got more than $1 million to fight each other. They got more than $1 million to fight each other. Carl Brown, salute. MDE 54, salute. They got more. Cali Lou, salute. They got more than $1 million to fight each other. So now we're saying that the best fighter in boxing, who's one of the most accomplished fighters in boxing, they fight him and they can't get more than $1 million. But that's their fault. They're pricing themselves out. Something don't add up. Ryan Jeffrey, salute. Something is not adding up. Something don't add up there. Christian Adams, salute. And if he's as big a star as everybody said, then how come he can't get Sean Porter or Keith Thurman more than $1 million? Okay? And how come, if that's the case, the fight, Ricky Rogers, salute. We know Bob Arum said that this is not a big fight with Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. Bob Arum is on record saying he would allow this fight to go to a purse bid, go to a whole different network, under a whole different promotional company, and he'll buy tickets ringside to watch them lose money on the fight. So therefore, he doesn't view Terence Crawford in high regards as a big selling point. Period. Right guy, salute. Right guy, Alpha, salute. He doesn't view Terence Crawford, Beats for Lyrics, salute, as a big selling point in the sport of boxing. Azab Salam, salute. King Zeus, salute. Azab Sam said Bud don't control how much his opponents get paid. False. Big Snack Pack, salute. Rick Lewis, salute. That's false. If he is a massive star, right? Then he could Floyd Mayweather, if he's a star and that everybody says, and he wants the 50-50 with Errol Spence, then sure he can. Then sure he can. He could tell Bob, listen, to make these fights, we got to give them a bigger purse. We got to give them a bigger purse. I need these big fights. And we know, remember, his lawyer let it be known that they expressed the fact that they're not happy. Jacob Gutierrez, Grady Green, salute. With the money, with not getting the big fights and the big money. Christian Adams, salute. Born Knowledge, salute. Pedro El Forte, salute. We know this to be true. And if you're the big star, then you can garner, you can inform your team. Listen, we got to give them the money. Listen, let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable. Mike Brown, salute. Anthony Trejo, salute. He said Bud is a fighter, not a promoter. Cool. If that stays true, like you said, he's a fighter, not a promoter, then why is he trying to negotiate with Errol Spence and saying it got to be 50-50? He's not a promoter. Shouldn't he just take what they give him then? He's not a promoter. He's a fighter. JX, salute. Texas Bubba 6, salute. Ahmad Zaman, salute. King Vonnie 86, my brother, salute. You said he's not a promoter. He's a fighter. So then why is he negotiating with Errol Spence? Why is he saying it got to be 50-50? He's not a fighter. He's a promoter. Right? So then why is he negotiating? It's not adding up. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Either he can help, either he can control the percentages, or he can't. If he can't, then why is he telling Errol Spence that this should be 50-50? He don't know the numbers. He don't know what he should be getting or what he's not getting. If he just solely going off of him just being a fighter. Andre Self, salute. Eric O, salute. I'm confused. King Zeus said, y'all really hard on Bud. You should be too. You the fan that's paying the money, and you should want to see the fights. Brian Williams, salute. You should be too. What's wrong with y'all the fans, man? I don't understand the fans. You are the ones that pay the money. The money that they're negotiating and divvying up is your money. It's your money. And you talking about you too hard on them? What? Sir Dante, salute. Dal Diaz, salute. It's your money. 704 Joe, salute. We too hard on them? It's your money. So let me ask you a question. Crawford don't control the whole pot. If he don't control the whole pot, then why is he negotiating? Bull one, salute. Why is he negotiating? If he don't control the pot, why is he negotiating? Creighton Brooks, salute. Mark Franklin, salute. If he don't control the pot, why is he negotiating? King Zeus said, I'm being unrealistic. How am I being unrealistic? King Zeus, how am I being unrealistic? Tell these people how I'm being unrealistic. D. Lucky, my brother in the super chat. But I'm not going to listen to him. You tripping. I'm tripping? I'm tripping? look at this. Teofimo Lopez was scheduled to fight Vasil Lomachenko. They gave Teofimo Lopez a certain amount of money for the Lomachenko fight. Teofimo Lopez then said, I'm not taking this amount of money, and Vasil Lomachenko is getting this amount, so I'll just sit out and wait until y'all up the ante. Now, it wasn't that much of a difference. It wasn't that much of a difference, but he sat out until he got somewhere close to the number that he wanted. So what do you mean he can't tell Bob Arum he wants to make a certain amount? Mimosa Boxing, my brother, salute. I can never say your name, right? So, LaJessica Burton, Peace of Blessings, Queen. Versatile TV 1, salute. So, Teofimo Lopez said, I sat out, and I'm not going to fight Lomachenko until I get more money. But y'all saying you got every excuse in the book for why Terence Crawford not accepting this money. Texas Bulldog Boxing, salute. Add Jose, salute. But you won't say that he's not the biggest star. Y'all won't admit the truth. You won't say that Errol Spence is a bigger star. Y'all won't say that. But you will say, oh, well, it's Bob Arum. Oh, well, it's Sean Porter. Oh, well, it's Keith Thurman. It's everybody but him. EJ Love, salute. It's everybody but him. Nitty G, salute. And you, the fans, are the ones that pay the money. So he sits and he says, I ain't revisiting that fight. I'm done with that fight, so on and so forth. Royal Q Dash, salute. Right? I'm not going to visit that. I'm not talking about Errol Spence. I'm not making that fight happen. It's over. Who loses? Like Terence Crawford said, he's a millionaire. Like Errol Spence said, he's a millionaire. Errol Spence is going to, he don't have to take the fight. Didn't Terence Crawford tell you, I don't need Errol Spence fight? I don't need that. I'm already a Hall of Famer. Didn't he tell you that? So he who controls the narrative. Huh? Somebody tell me that. CHS, salute. My brother, Junior the Truth, in the building. Go subscribe to my brother, Junior the Truth. Not now, right now. Please, go subscribe to my brother. And how we only got 600 likes and we got 780 people here. We don't even have 600 likes and we got 780 people here. Where they do that at? Not here in Blue Blood Sports TV. Smash the like button. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you come in the house. So, let me ask y'all a question. If you look, Deontay Mosley, salute. If you look at this, right? Terence Crawford told you on Relentless, ESPN Relentless with Andre Ward, did he not tell you that he's yet to have a legacy fight? Did I say that or did he? Yes or no? If he said it or I said it, type 1 for blue. Type 1 for Terence Crawford. Type 2 for Blue Blood. Who said that they have yet to have a legacy fight in their career? Me or Terence Crawford? Go. Did Terence Crawford say it or me? Mike Hayes, Stuart Chapman, salute. Who? Who? Terence Crawford said that, not me. Not me. Nitty G, my brother, salute. D. Holmes, salute. Darryl Maple, salute. Albert Doherty, salute. He said that. Terence Crawford said, I've yet to get the big money fight. Who said that? Didn't Terence Crawford's lawyer say they're not happy with Bob Arum because they've yet to secure a legacy fight and a big lucrative fight? Didn't the lawyer say that? Didn't Bob Arum get mad at the lawyer for leaking that information? Did I say that or did they leak that? Did I say that or did they say that? Cedric Battle, salute. Huh? Let me give you some more information. Did Bob Arum not say? Did Bob Arum not say we cannot do anything in the sport of boxing without you, the fan? Type 1, like my brother Champside said. Did I say that or did Bob Arum say that? Reggie Milligan, salute. Did I say that or did Bob Arum tell you that? We cannot do anything in the sport of boxing without the fans. Didn't he say that? Virgil Lackey, salute. So when you come here and you say, oh, you're being too hard, when you know, he said he's yet to have a legacy fight. So now let me ask you a question. If you took Mikey Garcia off Errol Spence's resume, Mr. Glock 19 salute, and put him on Terence Crawford's resume, would that be the best fighter on Terence Crawford's resume? Yes or no? Shakita Moore, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? If you took Mikey Garcia off Errol Spence's resume and put him on Terence Crawford's resume, would that be the biggest fight on Terence Crawford's resume? Yes or no? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. Because, see, y'all take me telling the truth as somebody, oh, man, this dude he don't like Terence Crawford. Because I tell you the truth. Telling you the truth means I don't like Terence Crawford. Dre just said 2.0, salute. Telling you the truth says I don't like Terence Crawford. Whoopee, salute. Huh? John Kramer, salute. Okay, now we got that settled, right? Mikey would be the best person. If you took Sean Porter off Errol Spence resume and put him on Terence Crawford resume, is he the best fighter on Terence Crawford resume? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm just asking for a friend. Yes or no? Yes or no? Type 1, yes or no. 2 for no, 1 for yes. If you took Sean Porter off of Errol Spence resume, put him on Terence Crawford resume, is he the best fighter on Terence Crawford resume? Yeah, type 1 for yes, 2 for no. Salute to my brother, Mr. Finesse in the super chat. Only in boxing do fans ask for worse products for to protect their favorite fighters. Yep. Half of these comment sections not smart is exactly what boxing is in the place it is. This is a fact, Mr. Finesse. 1,000% a fact. That's 1,000% a fact. Because only in boxing, you could go to boxing fans and tell them, oh, they're saying, oh, we want McDonald's. And only in boxing, you could give them Burger King when they're clearly telling you they want McDonald's and the fans be happy with Burger King. The fans say, I don't eat Burger King. And they say, no, well, listen to what we're giving you, and you eat it and you're happy with it. Only in boxing. Austin Wick, salute. Jagadan Williams, salute. Only in boxing you could do this. Be the God, salute. Dark Truth 2, salute. Only in boxing you could tell the fans what to buy for you could tell them what product that they have to buy for their money. They don't do this in nowhere else. And guess what? Let me enlighten you. You are paying for ESPN. So just so you think, well, I don't pay, it's not pay-per-view. No, you're paying for your ESPN subscription. So these fighters, that $84 million budget that ESPN gave Top Rank and ESPN, yeah, guess where that money came from? Guess where that money came from? That guaranteed contract that they gave Terence Crawford, guess where that money came from? I'm just asking for a friend. Go ahead, take a wild guess where that money came from. Big T Turner, my brother in Super Chat, he needs to retire already and get out of the way because he's not fighting anyone that matters. I mean, listen, well, they're going to tell you, Big T Warner, well, Blue don't like Terence Crawford because I'm telling you, tell me something I didn't say that was untrue. Tell me something I said that was saying that I didn't like Terence Crawford. That wasn't true. Sir Dante Fox, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue. He said, Bud kind of weird. He takes a pay cut from Bob to fight Poster, then allows Bob to pay Amir more than him. Wants Porter and Thurman to fight for peanuts for Bob, but wants 50-50 from Spence. Shaking my head. He didn't get 50-50 from Khan, though. Facts. Hold on. I was going to get to that, Sir Dante. Let me get to that, too. I'm glad you said that. So now check this out. Telly Tucker, salute. Terence Crawford just stated, CHS, salute, that he's been taking pay cuts and that Bob Arum told him ever since right before the Victor Poststyle fight, there's no budget for you. I'm going to say this again. Terence Crawford said in an interview that Bob Arum informed him that right before the Victor Poststyle fight and that pay-per-view, there's no big budget for you. I'm going to say it again in case y'all missed it, because y'all going to say, oh, Blue Blood don't like Terence Crawford. No, I'm just telling you this is what Terence Crawford said. Not even Bob Arum. This is what Terence Crawford said. He said that Bob Arum told him there was no more budget for you, and he said he was tired of taking a pay cut. That's what he said. He said he was tired of taking a pay cut. So he took a pay cut with Amir Khan. He took a pay cut with Victor Postol on those pay-per-view events, but he won't take a pay cut with Errol Spence. Now, Errol Spence is a bigger commodity than both of those guys and done bigger numbers than he did and for better competition than he has. And for better competition than he has. But he's holding up the fight that we want to see. And again, I'm not talking about their talent in the ring. Because Errol Spence is just saying, listen, I've done more. I've done more in less. I've done more with less. And then guess what? So Terence Crawford, let me get Champagne Marlowe salute. So let me get this straight. He told you that. Now let's get this straight. Let's go to the videotape. I'm just going to speak facts because y'all clearly going to say, oh, because, well, Blue just don't like Terence Crawford. We got 800 people here. How many likes we got? We got 800 people here. How many likes we got? We should have at least 800 likes. We should have at least 800 likes. We got 800 people here. We should have 800 likes. How many likes we got? Virgie of Buckingham, salute. Get the likes up. We should be getting knocking on 1K's door ASAP. Smash the like button. So now let's look at this, right? He fought Victor Postol in 2016. And Bob Arum told him there was no budget. I'm just going off of what he said. Real 6 SB90 salute. Real 6 SB90, man. Don't come here doing that, bro. Goodbye, bro. What is you doing? You're tripping. You tripping, bro. These dudes, man. Now you're done here, bro. Now you're done here, bro. Now you're done here. You're done here. You're done here. So don't worry about coming back. So now, like I said, so now, yeah, I didn't even, see, dudes that's the problem, right? Yeah, D Lucky, you know what? I gave him a wrench before. That's what happened. So anyway, he fought Victor Postol, right? July of 2016. He fought him July of 2016. Right? Salute my brother Eric O. See, they want narratives to be in their favor. You understand? Jose Juarez, salute. Right? Alive for Chris, salute. So they want people, oh man, if you don't speak narratives in their favor, they don't like the truth. They don't like the truth. They pretend to like the truth. Anton Port, salute. Master LI TV, salute, my brother. So check it, right? So now, he fought Victor Postol July 2016. He said that he was informed by Bob Arum Top Rank that they didn't have a budget for him prior to the Victor Postol fight. Right? Player O, salute. Yeah, that was at 140. Follow where I'm going. Xavier Martinez, salute. Otis Mickle, salute. Follow where I'm going with this. John Norrie, salute. Now follow where I'm going with this. He said, wasn't that at 140? Right, it was at 140. But follow me. Or sword of God, salute. So he said he was informed about that before the Victor Postol fight. So around that Postol fight, around 2016, right? Why did he resign with Top Rank in 2018? Aki Korea, salute. Right. Why would he resign with them? Edison Santos, salute. Edison Santos, salute. Rob T, salute. Why did he resign with them? In 2018. If they told you that they didn't have a budget for you and they couldn't secure the big fights, why did you stay there? Real talk, salute. He said because he was guaranteed 3.5. So so Errol Spence, Sean Porter, they make more money than that. Sean Porter got 1.6 or 7 million for a familiar fight, a tune-up fight. And he get bid at one, salute. And he could be a bigger star. Buddha Monk, salute. So essentially, okay, I don't have no problem with that. Passive student, salute. Right? Conrad Masada, salute. Listen, if you want to stay there and you're okay with that, Surrett 357, John Dub, salute. If you want to stay there and you're okay with that, Jerry Rose, salute. Cool. But you can't say that the fighters on the other side not trying to make the fights. That's what we can't do. You can't have it both ways. Adrian Rogers, salute. You can't have all these people. Mikey Garcia just left. And Mikey Garcia, he just went on a tangent, right? And was like, listen, everybody that leaves Top Rank of Bob Arum gets bigger stars. Stuart Chapman, when they leave. Plain and simple. And we know this to be true. They said Floyd Mayweather would never be a big star. He's not a big star. He's the biggest star in the history of the sport of boxing. He's not a big star. He's the biggest star. And guess what? Like I said, listen, if Terence Crawford say, I need to stay here because it fits me, cool. But then you got to just be satisfied with what's around you. Now you can't be out here now because you solidify yourself and you comfortable where you at. Somebody else the other fighters may not be comfortable with that standpoint. So now you trying to push your situation on them, and then when they don't want to accept it, you saying, oh, they don't want to fight. No. What are we doing? Easy De Niro, Eagle City 56, salute. No, what are we doing? Because the fans, Donald Frazier, salute. You know why? You know why that's done? Because they know you, the fan, are going to go along with it anyway, regardless. You, the fan, are going to go along with it anyway. Player O said, Blue, that budget wasn't there for him at 140. What do you mean? Now, does that even sound right to you, great brother? What difference does it make what weight class he was at? You see, this is what happens in the sport. He says, Blue, that was they didn't have a budget for him at 140. Huh? Okay, let me ask you a question. Why would you say they didn't have a budget for him at 140? Okay, let me ask you a question. If it wasn't at 140, right? Why hasn't he done any pay-per-views at 147 outside the Amir Khan fight? And the one fight he did do at 147 with Amir Khan got more money. Explain that. So there was no budget at 140. So when he went to 147, he had one pay-per-view at 140 and one pay-per-view at 147. And Bob Arum says that he can't make no money on him. Just recently. Right? And so then he did one fight at 147 against Amir Khan. And Bob Arum says that they paid Amir Khan more money than they paid him. And Amir Khan was not even relevant. So explain that. I'll wait. Player O, my great brother. RJJ3 Boxing. My brother in the super chat, Blue, I agree with you 1,000%. Why is Crawford spinning out? He wants a 50-50 payday if Bud just wants to make the fights. Right. EJ gave us his list of a year ago on who he wants to fight before he moves up. Facts. And Terence Crawford said number one objective was Manny Pacquiao, somebody that Bob Arum has been promising him since 2014. And now Manny Pacquiao said, man, you got to give me $40 million now. He just upped the ante. Now, I disagree with Manny Pacquiao because I think Manny Pacquiao is simply looking to cash out. But now Manny Pacquiao just said, hey, man, now you got to give me, you know what? Now I want $40 million. Because Manny Pacquiao looking at the situation, and he knows all too well of how it works. And Manny Pacquiao's like, what other direction you going to go in? And if it's not about the money, again, see, y'all continue to back yourselves in the corner when you say these things. If it's not about the money, then just take the 60-40 split. See, you can't have it both ways. So he's okay with just a guaranteed purse of 3.25 or 3.5 million, but he's not okay, and he's okay with Amir Khan. Now I don't know. This is just what Bob told me. Avery Jackson salute. I don't know if Amir Khan got more money than him or not. This is what Bob Arum told me. I don't know what Crawford made that day. I don't know what I know that Amir Khan, Bob Arum said that Amir Khan made $7 million and Crawford made his guaranteed purse with $1 million on top of it. So that means his guaranteed purse was 3.5 with an extra million means that he got 4.5. This was what Bob told me in his time. And Amir Khan got $7 million. He told me close to $7 million. He didn't say $7 million exactly. He said he had negotiated close to $7 million. He's good at negotiating. That's what Bob told me. He negotiated a good deal for himself. That's what Bob told me. So he said that Amir Khan got close to $7 million. Terence Crawford got his guaranteed purse with a $1 million incentive. And that lines up perfect. That lines up exactly what Bob stated again after Terence Crawford's lawyer came out and said that they was unhappy with what was going on. Kareem Ebanks, salute. And Bob Arum said that he promised Terence Crawford if he couldn't secure the big fights, he'd give him $1 million incentive on every deal. So he's standing to make a guaranteed $4.5 million. So that means Amir Khan got, last time I checked, 7 is more than 4 or 5. You want to round it off to 5? 7 is still more than 5. So he was happy with taking a 60-40. What is that? Somebody do the math on that. What's the split? If Amir Khan got $7 million and he got 4.5, what's the split on that? Cutter Don, my brother in the super chat, rocking at 49ers. He says Spence versus Canelo will happen and Bud will fade. It's a possibility, bro. It's a possibility. I hope not, because I want this fight. I want this fight. You know what I mean? My brother CP in the super chat, he says Spence and Pac know it on them to sell the fight. Bud can't sell out at high school gym. Oh, he says Spence and Pac know it's on them to sell a fight, and Bud can't sell out a high school gym. So that's why they want their share. Facts. If Terence Crawford, if Errol Spence 750 likes, we should be at 1K. Get the likes up, people. We got 800 people. How we only have 750 likes? Smash the like button. Get the likes up. We should have a K already. Smash the like button. Mike Williams, salute. Get the likes up. Real talk, salute. Howard Jones, salute. Ryan, salute. Charles Lahat. Jew Blue, salute. Riley Forster, James Tucker, salute. Johnny Q, salute. Somebody do the math on that. Omawali Ayanuri, he said that's 65-35. My brother G said that's 60-40. Sir Dante Fox, he said 12 million. He said that's 7 for Khan, 5 for Bud. Fly High 89, he said that's 61-39 Blue in favor of Amir Khan over Crawford. So that's 60-40 split, essentially. Essentially, that's the 60-40 split that he don't want to take with Errol Spence. Crazy bro, salute. Tone Corleone, salute. Let me ask you a question. Has Amir Khan ever been viewed as a bigger star than Errol Spence is right now? Has Amir Khan ever did bigger numbers than Amir? Somebody tell me the pay-per-view numbers for Amir Khan and Canelo Alvarez. Smash the like button. Percy Moore, my brother, salute in the super chat. This is outrageous. Errol Spence Jr. is clearly running the sport of boxing. The numbers don't lie, and Tim Bradley needs to stop with the cap. Blue speaks facts. Salute. Well, Tim Bradley, it's expected, right? Tim Bradley works for ESPN. He stayed at Top Rank when he could have left Top Rank and made bigger fights for his career. He was comfortable. And so that's my thing. Here's the difference between Timothy Bradley and Terence Crawford. Timothy Bradley never complained about his position, ever. Those fights didn't happen. You never heard Timothy Bradley complain about him, ever. You never heard Timothy Bradley complain about the Floyd Mayweather fight. Never. Not once. All the fights that he could have made and didn't make, you never heard Bradley complain about him. He didn't complain about him. He just said, listen, this is the position I'm in. I chose to be in this position, and I'm comfortable with it. Simple. Simple. Mr. Mechanical, salute. He said, Bud is a house. He said, that can't leave Master Bob. Salute, my brother, in the super chat. Hey, man, listen, I'm just giving you the numbers, right? I'm just giving you the numbers. That's 60-40 in favor of Amir Khan. Now you want to stand your ground. Now you want to stand your ground. Avery Jackson, salute. Oakland man, salute. He said Canelo and Khan did 600K. Serge, salute. 600K. So Amir Khan is not a big star. Serge, salute. Because we like to say, oh, Errol Spence ain't doing 1 million pay-per-views. Well, Amir Khan and Canelo didn't do 1 million pay-per-views either. And Canelo was viewed as the biggest star in boxing. Stay Ready Boxing TV, my brother, salute. Go subscribe to my brother, Stay Ready Boxing TV. Tavares Devant, salute. So now with Errol Spence, you want to stand your ground and say, oh man, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving ground. Brandon Watson, salute, King. Right? He says, so I'm going to stand my ground now. Drew Tight, my brother on deck. What's good with you, Drew? Right? So Telly Tucker, salute. So let me get this straight. He didn't stand his ground with the Amir Khan fight. Hubble Telescope, salute. Peter Von Art, salute. He didn't stand Terrell Craig, salute. He didn't stand his ground with Amir Khan. He didn't just stand his ground with the Kell Brook fight. Now with Errol Spence, and this is a massive fight for 60-40, he wants to stand his ground. Bad Tito, salute. He said the British fans support Khan. They didn't that day. Somebody tell me the numbers. I would love to know this. Here, I'm going to do it. Let me ask y'all. I'm going to show y'all something, right? Because, see, this is something that gets dismissed. And I'm going to show you something. Arturo Shadi, my brother, salute. Pedro El Forte, salute, my brother in Super Chat. He said Bud is in institutionalized brother by ESPN and Bob. Even when it's free from the ESPN chain, he does not leave. Right. He even after Bob said, Real Talk, salute. Real Talk said, what's wrong with him standing his ground? This is what's wrong with it. Why he standing his ground with Errol Spence and didn't stand his ground with everybody else? Jerron Purtle, salute. Ain't nothing wrong with standing your ground. You know, I always say, stand on your square. But why you want to stand on your square with Errol Spence and not with everybody else? Donovan Fox, he said Bud is a better fighter. I didn't say he was or he wasn't. That's not what we're talking about. Why is he standing his ground? Why didn't he stand his ground before? He just fought Amir Khan. Amir Khan, when he fought Amir Khan, right? When he just fought Amir Khan wasn't relevant. He clearly wasn't the biggest fighter. Clearly, it wasn't even close. So why didn't he stand his ground with Amir Khan? Let me give you. Let's go to the videotape. He just fought Amir Khan in 2019, right? Let's see what Amir Khan did before Terence Crawford fight. He barely beat Sammy Vargas. He lost. He barely beat Phil LaGreco. Got lucky with that fight. He got knocked out by Canelo Alvarez. Okay. He hadn't had a fight in a year. Okay. He hadn't had a high profile fight. So Amir Khan, nobody wanted to see the fight, and everybody was like, Amir Khan, why are we choosing Amir Khan? Everybody forgot about that, right? That nobody wanted to see it. Miraculously, everybody forgot. Miraculously, everybody forgot now that nobody wanted to see him fight Amir Khan. Hold on, I'm gonna get to something. I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. M Banks Unfiltered, salute. Trending Apparel, my brother, salute in the super chat. Let's be honest here, though. There isn't a guarantee Bud actually beat Porter, and seeing so many tuna fights go wrong, he trying to cash in, but it doesn't add up. This is a fact. Jim Papa, salute. But they're gonna say, "Oh well, Blue don't like him. Blue don't like Terence Crawford." That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Absolutely nothing. I'm not talking about his skill set in the ring or any of those things. Okay. Hold on, I want to show y'all something that goes unnoticed. Hold on, I'm gonna get to something. I'm trying to show y'all something. I'm trying to show y'all something because see, here's something that goes unnoticed. You guys know that I want the numbers. If somebody could give me the numbers for Errol Spence and Kell Brook in the UK, because the UK that was on pay-per-view. So I want those numbers for Errol Spence and I used to have them. I can't find them. For Errol Spence and Kell Brook in the UK, those UK numbers, because that was on pay-per-view as well in the UK. That was on pay-per-view in the UK. So I want to see those numbers. HD, my brother, salute in the super chat. Bud is that hot small town that chick that gets to college and realizes she's only a 6 surrounded by 9s and 10s. Man, you said it, I didn't. Because you know they're gonna make it, I said it. You said it, I didn't. Chubby 56, salute. Oh, my brother Kurt in here. Hey, smash the like button. Let me send my brother Kurt the link. Smash that like button. Matt Money, salute. How many likes we got? Somebody give me the numbers. I'm looking for those numbers. Errol Spence and Kell Brook. Those pay-per-view numbers in the UK. Yeah, I'm about to send them the link right now. Hey, HD, you said it, I didn't. Because they're going to say I said it. Roderick Freelat, salute my brother in the super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So it's the fans. Big T Warner, he said 337. No, that's the viewership on Showtime in the afternoon. Right? I'm asking for the pay-per-view numbers in the UK. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1K, man. Smash that like button. 275,000 in the UK. Yeah, I'm talking about Sky Sports numbers. Macadocious, Mac of the South, salute. I'm talking about Sky Sports numbers. That's the attendance. That's the viewership. 375,000 viewership was the viewership for Showtime in the afternoon. Jackie Winfrey, peace and blessings, Queen. She said 846. That don't cut it. Get the likes up. We should have 1.1K right now. Smash the like button. K Smith, my brother in the super chat. Salute to you, King. He said, as Bud and Spence fan, I don't understand why Bud fans are acting like numbers have never mattered. Like boxing isn't business. They don't understand. Errol Spence Jr. He said they don't understand. Errol Spence Jr. can still be Hall of Famer without fighting Bud. This is a fact. Let me tell you something. If right now we go over resume, smash the like button, get the likes to 1K. No, I'm looking for the pay-per-view numbers, the UK pay-per-view numbers. No, Johnny Stanley, y'all reading that? It says that's not the UK pay-per-view numbers. That's the that's giving you the Showtime views. That's giving the Showtime views. My brother, Box Conversation, Reggie Owens. Go subscribe to my brother, Box Conversation, Reggie Owens, man. Got my brother in the building. Salute to my brother, Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. my brother, my co-host, the historian, Curtis Anderson in the building. What's good with you, Kurt?
Wow, what an introduction. I love those introductions, man. What's going on? Blue Blood, the hardest working man in show business. And what's up, chat? Oh, man, I'm so excited because I enjoyed the fights this weekend, man. I don't know, man. I've been having this rush. See, I get rushes for two things, Blue. Music and boxing, where I have to look at a fight like a junkie. I'll be shaking, man, and I need a fix. So I've been thinking boxing 25 hours, 8 days a week, man, and it's not stopping. We got a good fight this Saturday, but I enjoyed the fights last week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a couple of big fights this weekend, Kurt. We got Adrian Broner coming back. We got Valdez and Burchell.
Don't forget Josh Kelly and David Evanesian.
Oh, yep. Josh Kelly and David Evanesian. Yep. So, Kurt, now we're talking about this, right? Because, see, Kurt, this was disappointing. My brother, Box Conversation, Reggie Owens, he said, and go subscribe to my brother, Box Conversation, Reggie Owens. He said the numbers had to be 3 times higher. That's what I'm saying, but I can't find them. I used to remember them, and I can't find them, Reggie. Kurt, you remember the numbers for Errol Spence and Kell Brook in the UK, their pay-per-view numbers? Because I used to remember it because when we was talking about Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and those pay-per-view, I used to remember the numbers, and now I can't find them.
No, I don't, but it did well, though. I just can't give you a roundabout figure, but I know it did. It did well. I even sold well.
Right.
But I don't remember the numbers offhand, but I know it did well because I normally keep up with numbers for viewership for business purposes.
Right, and now I can't find them. But so Kurt, this is what I was saying, right? And let me get to this other super chat. K Smith said, he said, as Bud and Spence fan, I don't understand why Bud fans are acting like numbers have never mattered. Like boxing isn't a business. They don't understand that Errol Spence Jr. can still be a Hall of Famer without fighting Bud. This is a fact. Now everybody wants to act like the numbers don't matter, right? But the numbers didn't matter. It didn't matter when he fought Amir Khan, and he took less money to fight Amir Khan in the fight that miraculously, Kurt, everybody forgets nobody wanted to see that because he was looking for other opponents, and Amir Khan ended up being the last opponent, and we was like, Amir Khan, okay, whatever, on pay-per-view. We didn't want to see that fight, Kurt. And now, and then, according to Bob Arum, this is what Bob Arum told me, and I'm not saying this is factual or not. I'm just going off of Bob Arum's the promoter. See, for one thing, we can't say, well, Bob is right or Bob is wrong, and then for another thing, he's wrong, and we can't do that. So when I was sitting in his office, Kurt, this is what he told me, and salute to Taylor Bell in the super chat. He said, our power just came on 24 hours out. Can watch Blue. Our power just came on 24 hours out. Wow, Taylor Bell, your power was out for 24 hours? Man, hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. So now, Smoothie Man, my brother in Super Chat, he said, is Lopez really ducking Haney or what? Oh, we're gonna get to that. He avoided the fight. I'm not even gonna cut no corners. He avoided the fight with Devin Haney. He avoided the fight with Devin Haney. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. There's no other way to slice it. And yesterday he admitted it, Kurt, by saying he went to Bob and asked him for his bottom line number of 1.5 or 1.25, and that's all he's asking for. Is his minimum. Why can't Bob give it to him? So, but Kurt. So this is my thing, right? I'm capital AK salute. This is what my thing is, Kurt. And smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.1K. Smash the like button. So this is my thing, Kurt. The fans don't realize that you're losing. You're not winning. San Francisco City Slicker, salute. You, the fan, are losing. Ortho Reddit, salute. My brother G. Al, what's good with you, King? Where you been? I ain't seen you in a month of days, man. Salute to my brother G. Al. Emmanuel Harwood, salute. Rasheem Pittman, salute. Rashawn Pittman, salute. John Perkins. Carolina Hines, salute. Carolyn Hines, salute. Peace and blessings, Queen. Black Gold Soul, salute. Crazy Bro, salute. So the fans lose, Kurt. We lose. They ain't not losing. You take your hard-earned money. You reach in your pocket. Because the majority of working 9 to 5s. Philly Miz 215, salute. Mario Morales, salute. School of Skills, salute. The majority of us work a 9 to 5, Kurt. Great fight, salute. Hey, Great Fights, I owed you an apology, Great Fights. You was right. Great Fights. I wanted to stand corrected, man. I wanted to stand corrected because I did hear the champ say that, the suit was too heavy, Kurt. I heard him say it. Now,
Wow.
he was saying it for a reason. He was saying it. He was breaking it down. But he did say it on record, Kurt. So, Great Fights, I got to stand corrected. That don't dismiss all the other stuff that come along with it. But he did say the suit was too heavy, Kurt. He did say it. You know what I mean? So I gotta stand corrected. He did say it. And Great Fight said that he said it. And I gotta stand corrected. He did say it. Great Fights, you was right, and I want to send you my apologies, bro. So yeah, Kurt. So you the fans, we lose. You understand what I'm saying, Kurt? If he say you take your heart, most of us work 9 to 5. If you run a business, right? Yeah. I'm just Jadavis 2310 salute, Bobo salute. Yeah, it don't write the other stuff that go along with it, but as far as that point, he was right? So Kurt, if you run a business like you said, Kurt, you it's hard. Your business is hard work, right? My business is hard work. If you work a 9 to 5, it's hard work. So you take your hard-earned money and say, here, we're gonna pay for this, we're gonna pay for that, and this is something that fans get misconstrued, right? Because fans think, well, he fights on ESPN, it's not on pay-per-view. That budget, Bob Arum just said that he has an $84 million budget from ESPN to pay the fighters. Where do you think he got that money from for the budget? Where do you think ESPN, Lifetime, Eon, salute, where do you think that he got that money for that budget? They get that. The ESPN got that money for the budget from you paying for your subscriptions every month. So you're paying for it. You're paying for it. But only in the sport of boxing that fans can go to McDonald's and they say, listen, man, we ain't selling McDonald's here. We giving you Burger King. We got Burger King and we're going to give you Burger King. And the fans say, okay. And then they say, and we're going to charge you extra for Burger King. We ain't even going to take something off of it. We ain't going to take a little off the top for you. No, sir. So the lifestyle you see them living is off of your hard-earned money. Sarah 47M, salute. It's off of your hard-earned money. But yet the fans will be like, somebody actually said, hey, man, Blue, you being too hard on the brother. Huh? He just told me that everything, I believed in him up until this point because contrary to popular belief, I believe in his talents. So he just told me personally, and you should feel a certain kind of way as a fan. He just told you, hey man, the biggest fight in sport of boxing, I ain't doing it. So you got millionaires arguing over millionaire money. That your money that they're spending. And so he says, well, guess what? I ain't doing it, man. I don't even want to talk about it no more. I'm done with it. Because he ain't going to give me the 50-50 split. So he'll stand his ground. He'll dig in. He'll dig in and stand his ground. But just in 2019, when you fought Amir Khan, you didn't dig in and stand your ground. And they gave Amir Khan $7 million, only gave you 4.5. And Amir Khan was clearly the B-side. Amir Khan was not as relevant as Errol Spence is right now. He's not as relevant as Errol Spence. My brother Corey Lee Boxing, what's good? Go subscribe to my brother Corey Lee Boxing. He's not as relevant as Errol Spence. And he's never been a better fighter than Errol Spence. And he's been knocked out how many times leading up in that Terence Crawford fight, Kurt? He was knocked out by Brettis Prescott. He was knocked out by Canelo. He was knocked out by Danny Garcia. He lost to Lamont Peterson. How many losses this dude had on his resume going into that fight? But you was okay. You didn't stand your ground with him. Now you're going to stand your ground when we got the biggest fight in the sport of boxing? Now you want to stand your ground? And say, I got to get 50-50 from that dude. Well, what's your thoughts, though, Kurt?
You know, Blue in chat, when Bud moved up.
Oh, and hold on, Kurt. And one more thing. The brother just reminded me, because I forgot about this part. The brother just reminded me. He said, Kanal Williams, salute. he said, yeah, Blue. And James Tucker, he said, yeah, Blue. And Amir Khan ain't have no belt either. Yeah, he ain't had no belt either.
I'm going to say this, you know, when Terence Crawford moved down from 140 to 147, I was so excited, man, because I thought he was going to pursue the welterweights with a vengeance. And I thought by now we would have a second Crawford Spence fight. We was going to have a Crawford Porter fight, a Crawford Thurman fight. I was thinking that Crawford would be in the mix, even though he wasn't PBC. I just had a very good feeling about the welterweight situation. And I thought we're going to have a golden age, a golden era of welterweights. I said, man, Spence and Crawford, that's two pit bulls, man. They might have a trilogy if we lucky. But it didn't turn out like that because, you know, if the fight don't happen, I'm going to blame both parties. But I'm leaning towards Crawford because of his attitude. I kept telling people when people saying Spence was duck, I said, nah, he's not built like that. And I don't think Crawford's like that either, but Spence has a better business sense and his situation is better. When Mikey Garcia called him out, Spence got tired of him. Spence said, make the fight. That's why I know it's not Spence. Spence make the fight immediately. Crawford, on the other hand, seems to have strange quirks, delusional. And Terence Crawford is my favorite fighter, man. But this is a business, and how you conduct your business is very important. And and that's a good point, Blue. He didn't give smoke to Amir Khan out the ring, but he gave Amir Khan smoke in the ring. Amir Khan finessed Bob Arum and Terence Crawford for $7 million. $7 million, a guy who barely beat Chris Algieri and LaGreco. Barely beat Chris Algieri. If Chris Algieri threw more punches in the last two rounds, he would have had that fight easy. And Amir Khan finessed him.
And don't forget, Kurt, he was dropped by what's the name? The other dude.
Vargas, was it?
Yeah, Sammy Vargas.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
Yeah.
And he looked like crap against LaGreco, but you know, he got that fight and he got that money because of his name, not because he came into the fight a hot fighter. They were so desperate that they overpaid Amir Khan, and the fight was a disaster, pay-per-view numbers and everything. Terrence did what he had to do, so that's not his fault. But we're talking about how he's going about getting a big fight. He's going about it all wrong. You know, uh, uh, all of a sudden the Errol Spence fight is basically in his lap. Now he wants to play hardball, saying 50-50. He knows that he's not the A side. He's not. And I'm like I said, Crawford's my favorite fighter, but he has to bite the bullet on this one. Be like, you know what? I'll take the fight as a B side. If I beat him, there's a rematch. Then I will be an A side. That's just common logic right there. That's all that is. But his stubbornness is not going to allow him to see that. Now, Pacquiao said, "Hey, I want 40 million to fight Crawford." He won't have no smoke from Manny Pacquiao. He'll probably take the 25%, and Pacquiao takes 75%. But when it comes to Earl Spence, your attitude is completely different. Your attitude is completely different, and I'm very, to be honest with you, I'm very disappointed in Crawford. Before I gave Charlo smoke, and I can give Terence Crawford smoke because I just don't like how he's going about it. His attitude's all wrong. Talk about he don't need an Earl Spence fight. I'm gonna tell you, if they don't fight, Earl legacy will still be intact because of the opponents, but Terence Crawford legacy, will fail him, and he will be like Mike McCullum. What could have been? What would happen if we had the big fights? And he will go into the Hall of Fame because he's a three-weight division champion. He's 37-0, but those questions is going to linger on. What would happen? What would have happened if he would have fought Spence? See, we don't know if he would have beat Spence or not because it's a truly 50-50 fight. So I'm just disappointed how everything turned out, Blue.
And it's funny you said that, right, Kurt? Because I want to get to this point. D. Lucky in the super chat, he said he didn't say he wasn't fighting, bro. He said maybe. Well, what's the difference? There needs not to be any question. Even maybe. He said no, and he didn't say maybe. He started off by saying the Spence fight is never going to happen. That's what he started off by saying. The Errol Spence fight is not going to happen. That's the first thing he said. He said this. She asked him, "Are you going to fight? We want to see the fight. Can you get it done? This is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing." She was essentially trying to plead with him, and he was like, "It's not going to happen." So why are you saying he said maybe? Y'all have many excuses for him for having different. He says different stuff. So why you have all these excuses? And Carlos Williams says, listen to this, Kurt. Carlos Williams says, Khan wasn't turning down the fight like Spence. When did Spence turn down the fight? When did Spence turn down the fight? Big Nick, 32, salute. Young Scholars, Stephen J, salute. When did Spence turn down the fight? D. Luckett says Spence switches too much. When did Spence switch, D. Luckett? Now tell these people, D. Luckett, when did Spence switch? When did you hear Spence switch his story? Ever? You're making up stories. You never heard Errol Spence switch his story. Never. He repeats the same thing he's saying since Terence Crawford came in division. When did you, Kurt, have you ever heard Errol Spence switch his story?
Nah, no, not at all. Errol Spence didn't duck the fight. He didn't. He's not built like that. If you really know boxing, he didn't duck Terence Crawford, man. And I'm probably a bigger fan of Crawford than I am Spence. I love both of them, but nah, I can't defend Terence Crawford, but I give Errol Spence credit for being a dog that he is. Like I said, the Garcia situation, he aggressively pursued Brook when Brook was a hot welterweight and champion. So when you think of all those things, man, that's not who he is. He's an aggressive, not only fighter, but he's an aggressive person when he want to be. He passive aggressive out the ring. Nah, nah. He
Right.
didn't switch. No,
he ain't never switched. And Anton Porch, he said it perfectly. Khan didn't have to turn down the fight because he came in the negotiations at the 60-40 split on his favor. So why would he turn down the fight? Why would he turn down the fight if he came in negotiations being 60-40 in his favor? Salute my brother Bishop in that super chat. As always, he said boxing is going extinct. There's only a handful of carefully selected fighters that's really true to the sport now. The old days of boxing are gone. Yeah, and you know what it is? It's the fans. It's the fans. Bishop, it's the fans. We don't have to look no further than the fans. The fans are the ones doing it. The fans are the ones. Al Rose, salute. It's the fans. Like my brother's School of Skills. That's it. He my brother, but he know he hurting the sport of boxing. It's the fans. There's no other way to slice it. Because they know you're going to support anything. So they go ahead and they tell you anything. FP Boxer, salute. Stuart Chapman, salute. Plain and simple. Errol Spence said 60-40. He's never changed his story. Where did they come up with Errol Spence keep changing his story? The person that keep changing their story is Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford said, I don't never got to fight Errol Spence. I'm already a Hall of Famer. I don't need that fight. I don't want that fight. Didn't Terence Crawford, Kurt, sit on this same platform and say on Miss Boxing? Didn't he sit on Miss Boxing and say, "Oh, I don't even care about that fight no more"? I used to get good. I used to get hyped up about it. Now I don't care. I could take it or leave it. And at this point, I don't even want the fight. Didn't he say that?
He did say that. That's 100% true. That's not alleged. He did say that.
Right. And then he said it again on Akim Barak. Shout out to my brother Akim Barak on Sirius XM Radio. Go subscribe and check out my brother's Akim Barak on Sirius XM Radio. Right? He said on their show, on Akim Barak show, I don't know why people keep saying Errol Spence is a big fight. That's not a big fight. I don't really care about that fight. Didn't he not say that, Kurt?
Yeah, I was like, man, Terrence getting delusional. I just didn't like his attitude. He was saying things that really I didn't agree with. And I'm quite sure we all didn't agree with, because that's a legacy-defining fight. Anybody could see that.
Right. My brother Bishop back in that super chat. Esteban Iguano, salute. He said, Bishop said, Shakur, Haney, Spence, Benavidez, the Charlos is the only fighters I look forward to nowadays. And sometimes Tank outside of that, thumbs down. Man, I got to be with you, bro. It's just Breed 7420, my brother in super chat. Bud a dog, but he fears EJ. 60-40 isn't unreasonable for someone who believes they can win. Great brother. That's a great point. That's a great point he made, right, Kurt?
I mean, it was a good point. I don't understand how you let Amir Khan get $7 million and you said nothing. And when it come to Errol Spence, you making it very, very difficult for the fight to be made. And if you ask me, I don't think they're afraid of each other, but I don't understand the change in attitude and the weird quirks that you having on this situation with the Earl fight. I just don't understand it. So the average person going to be like, he's ducking, which when a fighter makes it hard negotiating, that's going to be the natural thing. And I agree with that. It's hard for me to fathom him ducking the way he fights in the ring, but hey, you never know what a fighter is thinking.
Right. And that's my thing, Kurt. We got to look at it from this standpoint, right, Kurt? Is that he didn't make it difficult, like you said, for Amir Khan and nobody else. And my thing is this: the Watcher 11 salute. My thing is this, Kurt. He just don't want to. He just don't want to. He just simply don't want to concede to Errol Spence. This is my point, Kurt. I feel like he just simply don't want to concede to Errol Spence. Whatever it is about Errol Spence, he refused to say Errol Spence. I think he views. You remember how, Kurt, and you're a historian, so you know this. Remember how a lot of fighters view Sugar Ray Leonard, like and Oscar De La Hoya, like they was handed everything. You know what I'm saying, Kurt? And a lot of fighters felt like they didn't come from the same struggle. Like they was handed the sport. And I think Terence Crawford views Errol Spence like that. And he's like, I ain't giving this. Dude, you handed everything. No. You understand what I'm saying, Kurt? I just think he views Errol Spence and he's like, nah, I'm just as big as he is. Nah. You just have that one person that you can't, and I feel like Marvin Hagler, or they used to view Sugar Ray Leonard like, man, this dude is the darling. Y'all already handpicked him. You see what I'm saying, Kurt? And I think that's what they do. And I think that's what Terence Crawford is doing with Errol Spence. Because we see the numbers. There's no way. There's no way to justify it.
I want to say this, and I'm going to make an analogy. And maybe it went over a lot of people's heads. When Hearns knocked out Pepino Cuevas, that was August 2nd, 1980. And his name started building up to a crescendo. Tommy Hearns was talked about on the streets of every major city because Pepino Cuevas was knocking out everybody. He was a stone cold knockout artist. And Hearns took him out in 2. People was not only asking, was Leonard the best fighter in boxing? They was asking, was he the best fighter in his own division? Now, here's where the Spence and Crawford thing comes in at. Everywhere Ray went, everywhere, they was asking him about Tommy Hearns, where Leonard had a press conference and the reporters, especially from the state of Michigan, where Tommy's from, they was like, what about Tommy Hearns? And Ray got real mad and he said, Tommy, is that your guy? Is that your guy, Tommy? We will fight Tommy Hearns when he reaches the pinnacle of a Duran. What he was doing, he was trying to undermine Tommy Hearns. He was making the negotiations hard at first. A lot of people don't understand that was the backdrop, and people was saying that Ray Leonard was ducking Tommy Hearns, but it was really Angelo Dundee. And like I was saying before, when a fighter makes it hard more like 85% of the times, it's because they fear fighter. But I think with Terence Crawford, and that's a good point you made, Blue, I think is his ego. He doesn't want to concede with Earl because in his mind, his name, his brand is just as big as Earl, and he don't understand what's all the fuss. That's where the delusional side comes in at, because if people in Terence Crawford camp, they would be like, hey, look, Terence, man, just take the 40%. You're gonna make as much money you're gonna make the money for Spence fight. You're never gonna see that money. Take the 40%, beat him. You become the ace if he asks for a rematch. Nobody can tell him that.
Right, and it's just reasonable. Kenneth Pinckney, my brother in Super Chat, said Crawford and his fans are living off of what he did at junior welterweight. He hasn't done much or fought a top 5 fighter in the welterweight division. But bro, he hasn't even fought a top 5 fighter in his career, and he's admitting of it. D. Luckett, my brother in the Super Chat, he said Bud's on the receiving end. Easy for y'all to say. Wrong. I don't know how many times I got to draw this up for you. You and me and Kurt and every 800 and plus people we got in here are the reasons we are on a giving end. They receiving from us. What do you mean? It's easy for us to say. And people got to take their hard-earned money that they work 40 hours a week for to pay for the fights. Every time these fights come on, or in ESPN's case, you paying for the subscription every week, every month. So how could you say it's easy for us to say when we describing a millionaire? What are you talking about?
You're getting 40% of a huge fight, and you're going to make more money in that fight than all your fights combined. But let me say this, Blue and chat. When Sugar Ray Leonard fought Roberto Duran in 1980 in the Brawl for It All in Montreal, Duran took 10%. Leonard had 90% of the gate. Duran took a measly 10%, and he beat Ray and got the biggest payday of his career in the rematch.
Yep. How come my brother on GL, he dropped a hundo on us, and now I could pull it up, but I can only pull it up in a piece. Salute to my brother GL coming through, dropping that hundo on us in the super chat. He said Crawford re-signed the top rank, and the fight with Errol Spence went downhill from there. Bob Arum has publicly humiliated Crawford, and that wasn't enough for Crawford to sign with the PBC. I rule in Errol Spence's favor. Blessings, Blue. Keep grinding. This is a fact, Kurt. Salute to my brother GL, always coming through, studding up and showing us love, man. I don't know why I can't put the super chat on the screen. It's in the top right hand corner. Kurt, it's completely in the top right hand corner of the live
That's
stream.
weird.
Yeah. Look at this, Kurt. Look where it's at.
Yeah, that's strange.
GL, man, we appreciate you, bro. I don't know why they did this, but you see where the super chat is. It's in the top right hand corner, man. I'll leave it in the top right hand. I know the people probably can't even see it. Salute to my brother GL coming through, studding up, showing love, man, as he always does, man. Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you. Akil Vibe, salute. So yeah, like Kurt said, tell him again, Kurt. And smash the like button. How many likes we got? We should have 1.1 likes. Get the likes up to 1.1. My brother Taylor Bell, now his super chat is in the corner. He said, Bob Arum gonna be on Barbershop with Fred tonight. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Salute to my brother Taylor Bell in the super chat. Stay paid one, salute. But yeah, Kurt, smash that like button, man. How many likes we got? Get the likes to 1.1. We should be at 1.1, going at 1.2. How we still there? Get the likes up. Let's get the likes to 1.1, 1.2. Smash the like button. But go ahead, Kurt. Tell them again about the negotiations with Leonard and Duran.
Duran wanted to fight Leonard so bad, he didn't care about the money. He took 10% of the gate, which he got $1.1 million, and Leonard walked away with like $10, $11 million. He didn't care. He didn't say, oh, I was lightweight champion, killing everybody. I deserve 50-50 with Leonard. He didn't care. He just wanted to fight. And he won the fight, and he got $7-8 million in the rematch. So things worked out for him because his willingness to say, you know what, I just want to fight, it'll pay off in the long run. And that's what happened. The fight took place in November, the rematch. And he walked away with the most money in his career at that time. So Duran did it right, and Terence not doing it right. But I think it's his ego. I don't think he's ducking. I think it's his ego. Like Blue said, he doesn't want to concede Earl. He doesn't look at Earl as an A-side. He look at them on equal footing. He doesn't think much of Earl, not his skills, but business-wise, and he doesn't view him as no different than himself.
Mm-hmm. William Old School on that. Salute to you, King. Solo Dolo 84, salute. Nobles Sincere, salute. Yeah, that's my thing, Kurt. Smash the like button. Ben Ratliff, salute. Slim Jim 314, salute. Skyline G, salute. He said 50-50. Yeah. Mark Freeman, salute. Side Focus, salute. Smash the like button. Get the likes up. Great fights. He said this is a fantasy fight. Another Lennox Lewis Riddick Bowe situation. Zach D, salute. D Sham, salute. And that's my thing, Kurt. Like, I don't get it. I don't get how the fans could defend this, knowing you the one that lose out. With Will Chamberlain Jones, B Dog, salute. You the one that lose out. They ain't losing out. Anthony Jacobs, salute. They not losing out. You are. Now, in the long run, for their legacy, right? Skinny Hardaway, salute. And for their legacy, in the long run, maybe they'll look back and be like, man, I should have fought this guy, that guy. Like Lennox Lewis, well, not so much Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe still carries that grudge because he never made the fight happen.
And Aaron Pryor, before he died, missed out on a payday in stardom when he refused to take the $750,000 that Sugar Ray Leonard people offered him. It's on YouTube where he regret everything because of his business manager goofed up, and Aaron Pryor suffered because of that. Plus, Pryor was going to fight Roberto Duran at the Garden. Once again, his business manager turned down the $750,000. He wanted $1 million, and he didn't. He wound up getting nothing.
Jafari Caesar, my brother in Super Chat, he said, "There's only one real bud, and he from the Cosbys." June BK, salute. Yep. Tony Scott, salute. Yep. Every time I see Riddick Bowe somewhere at a fight or something, man, that's all he talk about, Kurt, is the Lennox Lewis fight. Lennox Lewis don't talk about it. He don't talk about it. He talk about Vander Holyfield fight more than he talk about that.
Is that because Riddick Bowe probably feel guilty? And like I said, fighters care about their legacy, man. If they don't care, then later on down the road, they be like, man, a lot of fighters I know be like, man, I should have fought him.
Mm-hmm.
And Riddick Bowe should have fought Lennox Lewis at that time. And they was gonna fight again in '95 when Lewis lost to McCall, but the fight was supposed to have been made right after he beat Holyfield. Because remember, Lewis and Bowe, they got in each other's face and they started trading insults. They was building a fight right then and there, but for some reason, Bowe threw the belt in the garbage. I was like, holy smokes, and the fight didn't happen.
And it just didn't happen. And that's my thing, Kurt. He says, and so people instead, like, and it's like this, Kurt. Like you said, we are fans of Terence Crawford, but we are fans of the sport of boxing first. That's what gets misconstrued. Because there's gonna come a day. I was a huge fan of Floyd Mayweather. I was a huge fan of Juan Wilber Marquez. I was a huge fan of Roy Jones. I was a huge fan of Larry Holmes. I was a huge fan of plenty of fighters. Pernell Whitaker, right? Larry Holmes. These were my favorite. I couldn't see a day in boxing that they didn't grace the square circle, Kurt. But that day always comes. It always comes. And they win some, they lose some. Man, that day that Roy Jones got knocked out by Tarver, I was crushed, man. I'm like, wow, man. Wow. When Zab Judah lost to Costa Zoo, I was like, come on, man. But
you know what's funny real quick about that fight? My ex-girl who lived in the Baruch houses, Lower Manhattan, when Mike Tyson was like giving Zab Judah pep talk into the ring, she said that Costa Zoo was going to knock out Judah in 2 or 3 rounds. I was like, you crazy. And look what happened.
And that's what I'm saying, Kurt. This gets misconstrued. We didn't get Wilder Joshua. Fans, I don't understand how fans are okay with this. I wanted to see Tom Brady play Peyton Manning. I wanted to see Kobe Bryant against LeBron James. I wanted to see Shaq versus when he came in the league from LSU and they were saying he was the next Bill Russell. He was the next Will Chamberlain. I wanted to see Shaq versus Olajuwon, Ewing, David Robinson, and all the great centers that were still in the sport of basketball. I wanted to see Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan could, for me, if he could have played Clyde Drexler and Dominique Wilkins every night, that's what I wanted to see. I don't want to sell now. In between that, I got to get Michael Jordan versus the versus the Cavaliers, but they still had good players: Ron Harper, Mark Price, and Brad Daugherty, and Tyrone Hill, and
who that guy he used to eat up? Craig Elo, yeah, that's
Craig Elo, and remember they had Danny Manning. Okay, they wasn't Clyde Drexler, they wasn't Dominique. They wasn't Larry Bird and Magic, but I wanted to see. Man, there was nothing better for me than to see Jordan and Magic in the finals. That's what I wanted to see. Man, and then we got Michael versus Clyde Drexler, the next finals.
Beautiful.
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 Man,
Beautiful.
I was somewhat, and I'm a Bulls fan, Kurt. But when we played the Suns, the third one, I was somewhat deflated. Like, man, because Charles Barkley wasn't a two guard. He wasn't. Michael Jordan wasn't gonna stick Charles Barkley. So
Right.
I'm like, man, Dan Marley don't stand a chance, man. Thunder
But
Dan, go ahead, Kurt.
I enjoyed that game where the Suns beat the Bulls. I didn't like it at that time, but it's a classic game. The 4 overtime game, the Bulls choked, but it went on to win the series. But like you said, Blue, you want to see the best matchups. I'm a huge soccer fan, and a lot of people don't know. I want to see Brazil play Argentina. For those who don't know, that rivalry is like Yankees versus Red Sox, who I like to see in the playoff. But Brazil and Argentina, I root for Brazil. Brazil, Argentina, and Copa America. Soccer fans know what I'm talking about. But you want to see the best fight the best. Only in boxing we don't get that.
And not only that though, Kurt. Only in boxing are you okay with not getting it. That's the thing, Kurt. Only in boxing are you okay with not getting it. Only in boxing would you not push to get it. Only in boxing. No other sport. Man, the fans in the UFC, man, they push for Conor McGregor versus Khabib. That fight had to happen. And Conor McGregor was inactive. He was fighting in boxing. They wanted to see Conor McGregor versus Khabib. This is what I'm trying to say. Fans are always in the sport of boxing want to give everybody a pass. Instead of calling a spade and saying, listen, man, bro, 60-40 is reasonable, bro. For what we can see as the brands, come on, man. Everybody, but these would be the same fans, the ones that said Floyd wasn't trying to fight Pacquiao when he told him to take the test. Oh, Floyd don't want to fight him. Floyd don't want to fight him. And then 5 years later, he take the test. So he could have took it from the beginning, and we wouldn't have had a 5-year layoff. My brother CHS in the super chat, he said fragmentation and division are destroying boxing. Without unity, public demand for top fights, what incentive do promoters even have in making them? Facts. This is what I'm saying. It's up to the fans to come together and say, hey, man, it's not hard for everybody here to say, bro, you see it. We're not being unreasonable. We're not saying something that's a figment of our imagination. We all see it. Errol Spence said, see, and then people, as soon as he said, well, it'll be 60-30, 70-30 if he keep on this path. If I get the other belts and fight Pacquiao, so on and such, he keep it. And now Errol Spence is making it even harder. As if they ain't understand what he was saying. Oh, now he's making it even harder. Now he's saying he got to be 70-30. Mr. Pazzo, my brother in Super Chat, he said, did you hear about the Biggie documentary that's coming out in March? No, I didn't hear about that, bro.
Yeah, I did. March 1st on Netflix. I got a story to tell.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I got to check that out, Kurt. I got to check that out. Akil Vibes, my brother in Super Chat, he said, salute Blue and Kurt. Blue, I remember you picking Crawford when the LDBC first started talking about this fight. You never hated him, but thank you, great brother. But they forget about that, Akil Vibes. Akil Vibes, they don't remember that. They don't remember that. No, all they remember is, because I'm telling you that to get this fight, man, OG salute. To get this fight, like Terence Crawford got to understand where he stand. But no, nobody want to admit the truth. Like, my brother GL in the super chat again, dropping a dub on us. He said YouTube wasn't letting me process my super chat. They tried to cancel my payment. I had to process my super chat twice. Something fishy is happening with your YouTube. Yeah, man. Yeah, I already know, GL, man. I already know, bro. See that they made me put it at the top and all that, Kurt. I already know, great brother. Unbelievable, man. New Juice, my brother in Super Chat. He said, salute, Kurt. Who is your club team? Huge United fan.
I'm sorry, had trouble getting off mute. I like Manchester United as well.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
Premier Soccer League, Blue, in England. It's huge. One of the most valuable franchises in the world, man. The Cowboys, Manchester United, Yankees, 1, 2, and 3, something like that. The Knicks are up there too, worth $5 billion. But I like Manchester United too. I love soccer, man. Love soccer. When I worked with my Colombian, Peruvian friends, man, they were shocked that I knew so much about soccer. They were Black American dude. I was like, yeah, I know the history of it. You know, the Stefano and Pele and Maradona and all them guys and Georgie Best. These are the best players that soccer ever produced. But with back to boxing.
Yeah, man, Curry, you see my face, man. I ain't know nothing what y'all was talking about. I'm like, man. Salute Percy Moore, man, brother in the super chat. This is a big one right here, Curry. He said, shout out to Blue, man. I got my soldiers in Iraq tuning in, bro. The military support you, brother. Love everything you stand for. Stay speaking that truth. Man, that's huge, man. Man, I appreciate y'all over there, man. Stay safe, man. And protecting me, my family, and everybody else in here, man. And putting everything on the line for us, and our safety. That's you a blessing, man. Thank you.
Salute, man. Who wrote that in? Who was that again? I'm sorry.
That's Percy Moore.
Percy Moore, man. Thank you for protecting us, man. Listen, United States is not like around the world. How we live, right or wrong, morally or immorally, somebody has to pay for the way we live, and you guys protect us. And thank you very much for your services.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Now listen to this one, Kurt. Listen to this. Look at this, Kurt. You want to see black boxers like Crawford fight for less than he is worth. For that, you deserve no respect.
Wait a minute, I had a mouthful of food. Wow. 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 I can't argue with you. Wow. It caught me off guard. Wow. That's the quote of the day. Maybe we should send you a super chat.
Oh, now I want to see Crawford fight for less than he's deserved. Okay. So now watch this now. Now, Mr. Opinion. Oh, wait, what was his name? Hold on. I want to make sure. Mr. Opinion. No wonder his name is Mr. Opinion. Now, Mr. Opinion, don't disappear. Don't block Mr. Opinion. Don't time him out. Don't do any of the things. Rex Jamal, Almighty Chilzo, salute. Mr. Pazzo, number 9 Vito, salute. Don't block Mr. Opinion. Don't time him out. Don't do any of those things. Now, watch this. Watch how this works now. So you see what he said. And look at his name, Mr. Opinion. Not surprised. Southpaw Boxing Media, salute. George Holland, salute. Now, I'm not surprised. His name is Mr. Opinion. So now, Mr. Opinion, where'd you go? Don't disappear. Stand on your opinion. Because, yeah, Jay Lynn, we're going to get him, Queen. We're going to get him. Jay Gutter 34, salute. Now, watch this. Watch this now. So, Mr. Opinion, where'd you go? Now, what is Errol Spence? Raleigh, the so-called casual, salute. What is Errol Spence? He said, yeah. Okay, good. So what is Errol Spence? Go ahead, tell us what Errol Spence is. So Errol Spence is a black boxer, right? Cool. And Errol Spence has been doing the harder lifting and doing doing more work and building his profile and promoting himself. So he's been doing all of the work. He's been doing more hard work than Terence Crawford, right? So if I say that Errol Spence, so then Errol Spence should get his worth. So what you're saying is Errol Spence should get less money for his worth. Is that what you're saying? Because we clearly see who's doing the harder lifting. So by your method, you saying that I want to see Terence Crawford less for his worth. So what about Errol Spence's worth? Jamil Howard, he said lifting what? I guess you don't understand the example. So what about Errol Spence's worth? That don't count? Isn't he a black boxer? Don't I want to see Errol Spence get his worth? Don't I want to see Errol Spence get his worth? Now, you don't think Errol Spence is worth any more or less than Crawford? Let me ask you a question, Mr. Opinion. Is 975,000 more than 210? Yes or no? And while you do that, let me salute my brother. Carolina Ryder coming through, dropping that hundo on your boy Blue and Kurt, man. He says salute to you, King.
Salute, Carolina, man. You always support it, man. Thank you very much, man. You know, you always support us, man. We will greatly appreciate it.
Eric Gold said he just wanted it. Well, he got it now. And now he on the clock. So now explain, right? So somebody has to get more, somebody has to get less. That's business. Jamil Howard said Errol Spence is using his popularity to avoid a loss. What are you talking about? He just said 60-40. Kurt, listen how they make no sense. So essentially, you're saying, Jamil Howard, that he's more popular than Terence Crawford. He's the biggest star, right, Jamil Howard? Is that what you're saying? Because you just said, nope, Errol Spence is using his popularity to avoid a loss. So you, by saying his popularity, you're saying he's a bigger star, right? Yes or no, Jamil Howard? Yes or no? So you're saying that Errol Spence, Kurt, why do they do this, Kurt? I don't understand.
This is why we can't get nothing done in boxing, because the average boxing fan makes the cardinal sin as a boxing fan. They romanticize certain fighters, albeit race or personality, or who knows. You must not, because it's going to cloud your judgment. I'm a Terence Crawford fan, my favorite fighter, but he's wrong. I'm telling you guys. I try to justify Crawford, but I had to jump off that bandwagon. You know, business wise, I was like, listen, Earl kept doing the thing right. And after the Mikey Garcia success, I said, nah, man, I can't do that. See, I can separate myself from romanticizing the fighter so it won't cloud my judgment. I said, you know what Earl is doing is, and then Danny Garcia comes back from a car accident and uses Danny Garcia, a former champion, 2 weight division champion, as a tune-up and beat the brakes off him. I said, nah, it's Earl. Earl can ask more than 60-40. That's a generous deal for Terence Crawford. I would tell Terence Crawford, I would tell Bernie, I would tell Bomac that tell Terence to take the fight, man.
Right. And get this, Kurt. Can't everybody say the same thing? Couldn't Manny Pacquiao and the Filipino fans, can they say, well, man, Floyd Mayweather is not, he's supposed to give us our worth? What are you talking about? This is business. This is business. And so when Deontay Wilder was negotiating with Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder was going to take the less split to fight Anthony Joshua. Floyd Mayweather took a 70-30 split in favor of Oscar De La Hoya to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Bernard Hopkins took a 70-30 split in favor of Oscar De La Hoya to fight Oscar De La Hoya. And he already lost to Floyd. He already had multiple losses. Jojo Antonio, salute in the super chat. He said, Bud is a great fighter. At some point, he needs to bank on himself. 60-40 is a good deal to fight Spence. Pac-Man told you 80-20. Bob not paying that, bro. Facts. Bob Man not paying no. He just told him 40. So essentially now get this. This is what's funny about it, right? So now they say that, right, Kurt? But where was they at when he took 60-40 split to fight Amir Khan? So now I'm gonna turn it on you. Now I'm gonna turn it on you, Mr. Opinion. Now I'm gonna flip it on you, right? So now, Mr. Opinion, now I'm gonna flip it on you. See, now I'm gonna flip it on you. See, this is see, it's better for you to just stand on this side. So now I'm gonna flip it on you. So now, when it came to him fighting a guy from, where's Amir Khan from, Kurt? Pakistan, right?
Pakistan, I believe.
Okay. So when it came, when Terence Crawford, a black boxer like you stated, was fighting a guy that was from Pakistan, he didn't demand that he got the highest split. He didn't demand that it was even. He didn't demand any of that. But now when it comes to another black boxer, he demands that it's even. But he was okay with giving a guy from Pakistan a bigger split. So who's wrong? So shouldn't you be looking at Terence Crawford and saying, bro, why didn't you do that with him since you want to use that card? Stop playing these games with me, man. Because he ain't do that with Amir Khan. He ain't do that with Amir Khan. Plain and simple. He could have did that with, why he ain't doing it with Amir Khan then? Oh, he's from India. Okay. India, Pakistan. You know.
I think he's from India. Oh, okay. They probably looked it up, but I was thinking he's from Pakistan. I ain't want to stereotype him, but
right,
my mistake.
So why did he do that with him? And so I see the brother said, well, Errol Spence, because I don't know where this notion came from that Errol Spence took a 50-50 split with Mikey Garcia. Right? Because he got more money than Mikey Garcia in that fight. But okay, let's just play that game. Let's say that was the case. Well, that was Errol Spence's first pay-per-view. Now this Terence Crawford fight is his fourth pay-per-view. And just like and guess what? We could say Mikey Garcia was more accomplished than Terence Crawford, right, Kurt? He's a 4-division champion, and he was 37-0 as well.
Plus, he had a fan base. The location is very important, you know, being in the fight, being in Texas. So Mikey brought some people too, and you have to look at it like that. Terence does well in Omaha, Nebraska, but doesn't do well anywhere else. And I'm not putting them down, but those are just facts. Those are just facts.
Yep. So let's say that was the case, right? Okay. 50-50. Cool. Nope, great fights. I've been nails for the sport of boxing. And what's right. The facts are the facts. Y'all trying to maneuver around it. And I just said, let's say he did do a 50-50 split with Mikey Garcia. That was his first pay-per-view event with Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia has a huger fan base than Terence Crawford. Mikey Garcia is a 4-division world champion, right? And he was 37-0. So talk to me. Miss B, peace of blessings, Queen in the super chat. She said, Kurt, the Pele documentary comes out on February 23rd on Netflix. I love soccer too. I played forward position in the sport. Peace of blessings to the Queen, Miss B, dropping that dub on us in the super chat. Peace of blessings, Queen.
Oh man, I didn't know that. Salute to you. Thank you for the documentary. Pele is up there with Muhammad Ali and Babe Ruth. He revolutionized the game of soccer. The game of soccer they call it the beautiful game because of this. You have to be patient and execute very well. But salute to you. I'll be watching that documentaries. I could watch documentaries all day. And speaking of documentaries, Blue, I saw that George Foreman documentary, man. No, not later, but go ahead.
Yeah, we got to get to that, Kurt.
I called you too right after.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I was going crazy, man. I loved it.
You know what, Kurt? I was in me and the wife went away for the weekend, man.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why. And I had my service, man. So I uploaded 2 videos, man. It took me an hour per video to upload. But yeah, Kurt, man. So the brother said, what he said? He said, but what did Mikey do at welterweight? What did Terence Crawford do at welterweight? Y'all basing it off of what Terence Crawford did. Let me ask y'all a question. Who on Terence Crawford? I don't know why y'all do this. I don't know why y'all do this. Who on Terence Crawford's resume is better than Adrian Broner? I'll wait. Who on Terence Crawford's resume is better than Adrian Broner? Karen Battle, peace and blessings, Queen. Big Lake Show, salute. Who on Terence Crawford's resume is better than Adrian Broner? Amir Khan, stop it.
They reaching, man. They reaching.
Yeah. Now you just D-Man. He said Mean Machine. Come on, man. Great fight, said Gamboa. This is comedy. This is comedy. Now you're just trying to make up names. Gamboa is better than Adrian Broner. Stop it, man. Salute to my brother Renee Bashan, man. Go subscribe to Renee Bashan. Southpaw Boxing Media, salute. Stop it, man. Now he's just making up stuff, Kurt. Yeah, Amir Khan is better than him. Oh, no, you know what? Gamboa is better than him. What? So those that stop. You're right. Come on, man. Stop, man. Adrian Broner is a 4th division champion. Lechi Puma Skills, salute. He's a 4th division champion. He's a Hall of Famer.
Fought everybody, too. Oof.
He fought everybody. He's a Hall of Famer. There's no point in Yuriorkis Gamboa's career that he's ever been compared to Floyd Mayweather. DB100, salute. Young Zeus 19, salute. There was a point in time in Adrian Broner's career where he was actually compared to Floyd Mayweather. Yuriorkis Gamboa, or nobody on Crawford's resume, has ever been held that high standard. Never. None of them. None of them. None of them. Come on, man. Look at Mikey Garcia's career, man. Stop it, man. JT, my brother, super chat. Bud seems to hold non-blacks in higher esteem, but bow down to Khan and will for Manny, but giving brothers hell. These same people never expect Canelo to do 50-50 with anyone. It's clearly, and here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. Here's the thing. He's quick, right, to say, I'm done with this Errol Spence thing. They've only been negotiating this fight for the better part of a year and a half, 2 years. Talking about it, right, Kurt? He's quick to say Scorpio Indigo. So he's quick to say he's done with Errol Spence. But he's still chasing the Pacquiao fight since 2014.
He ain't getting that fight.
Right. But Kurt, on top of it, Errol Spence is saying, I'll give you a 60-40 split. Manny Pacquiao said, I need $25 million. Now he said, I need $40 million. Mario said, didn't Broner go night-night? You ain't never seen Broner get knocked out. You just showed me your level of boxing. Broner got knocked out. What are you talking about? Caleb Pinkett, salute. Manny Pacquiao just said, hey, man, give me $40 million now. And confirmed it. Confirmed it. So he said that he's been trying to get that fight since 2014. 2015, Kurt. And Manny Pacquiao said, give me $25 million. Now he's saying, give me 40 million. Then Bob Arum said, I ain't do it because I ain't want to make it happen. He said, I ain't do it because I ain't want to make it happen. But nobody's holding them accountable. But everybody want to hold Errol Spence accountable. Salute D Luckett, my brother in Super Chat. All of them. When he is not letting his hands go. Man, stop, man. Even when he don't let his hands go, ain't nobody on his resume better. You put Adrian Broner and his prime in there with Yoriokas Gamboa. He gonna knock out Gamboa. What you think, Kurt?
I love Broner when he was like 135 when he fought Tony DeMarco. When he let his hands go, Broner is ultra talented. When he started moving up in weight and getting a bigger name, then I don't think the commitment was there. But we all know Broner could fight. Broner beat Gamboa. Gamboa been knocked down 15 times in his career. I know I'm close. They just don't have the chin, and Broner has a very sturdy chin. Broner will beat Gamboa at the lighter weight divisions. Anyway, in any division.
Any division they fight in, Kurt.
Yeah. Gamboa does have mental lapses. That's the worst. I know Broner don't let his hands go at welterweight, but Gamboa has mental lapses on defense. That's why he's been knocked down so many times.
Non-biased say y'all don't see, man. You dudes, man. Y'all just be boy, oh boy, man. Melnay royalty, salute. School skills. I'm not even going. We already know where you stand, so I ain't. It's not even worth it. Counter moves, my brother. Salute. He said AB ain't stopping no one on Bud's resume. You think he can't knock out Ricky Burns? Boy, oh boy. You do know Ricky Burns avoided Adrian Broner his entire career. Adrian Broner is supposed to fight Ricky Burns before Terence Crawford fought him for a world championship. You do know that, right? And you do know Ricky Burns did not want that fight. December winter, key 496 salute. You do know that, right? You do know Ricky Burns avoided Adrian Broner. And he called out Ricky Burns as much as possible. A jaw show, salute. Plain and simple. I'm just Shacktastic 11, salute. Yep, Rampage Jackson at 130 and at 135. Ricky Burns did not want to fight Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner tried to go to UK and fight him and everything. He refused to fight Adrian Broner. And that's when Adrian Broner moved up. Remember that, Kurt?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. My brother Carolina Ryder, he said a lot of them watch boxing, but they don't know boxing. Facts. No, you know what it is, Carolina Ryder? They watch just their fighter. That's it. The fighter that they like, and that's it. 817 Boxing B, salute. They watch their fighter, and that's it. LV Live, what's good, LV? That's it. American Pimp, salute. Abdul Boyne, salute. Smash the like button, man. How many likes we got? Smash that like button. Smash the like button. Salvador Ramos, salute. What's good with you? Go subscribe to my brother Renee Bob Young, too, man. How many likes we got, man? Smash the like button. The Palm Bay, Mike G, salute. That's what happens, man. They're fans of fighters and not fans of the sport. Smash the like button, man. Stomp them out, salute. Record 93, salute. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes up. We should have 1.1 likes, man. What are we doing? Get the likes to 1.1. We should be at 1.2 right now. What are we doing? Jermaine Woodmore, salute. Smash the like button. My brother LV, he said Blue EJ versus Bud will never happen, brother. Yeah, I'm afraid it might not. He said Spence almost. Now look at this, Kurt. You see this? What I'm talking about, Kurt? This is the last one. Then we're gonna move on from this. Jamil Howard. He said Spence almost lost to Porter, but you still talk about Bud getting touched by Mean Machine, then knocking him out by his city. Let me ask you a question, Jamil Howard. Now you sitting in the chair. Is Sean Porter a far better fighter than Igis Kavalauskas? Yes or no? Is Igis Kavalauskas a Hall of Famer? Is he ever been a world champion? How many times has he fought for a world title? This is the mindset we deal with, Kurt. How many times has Igis Kavalauskas, you didn't even know who he was, Jamil Howard. You did not know who Igis Kavalauskas was. You don't even know who he is. You don't even know who he is. Look at this guy, Kurt. Y'all fans of the PBC fighters, not protecting black boxers like Crawford. Get out of here.
We're Crawford fans, but we gotta hold his feet to the fire. I dug into Charlo last week because I didn't like his words, vaccination and under 25. And I bit into him, and I can bite it to Crawford. Anybody who deserves criticism, I don't care what they look like, promotional company, they're going to get criticized, rightfully so. That's how I am. I don't have a dog in the race. I'm a bigger fan of boxing than I am the fight. I don't care who it is.
Right. And so he said, man, let me ask you a question, non-biased free mind. They say the same thing. I do the same thing with Devin Haney. Where's he signed to, non-biased free mind? Non-biased free mind, where's Devin Haney at? Go ahead, tell us. Tell us where Devin Haney fights at. Where does Shakur Stevenson fight at? Go ahead, non-biased, free mind. Tell us, where's Shakur Stevenson? Where Devin Haney fight at? Where they fight at? I didn't ask what weight class. I said what platform they fight on. Who are they signed with? Where's Jerron Ennis fight at? Frito Dorito. Go ahead, non-biased. Jay Gunner 34. Salute. You can't make this up, man. And he wasn't even here. See, this is the problem with the fans, Kurt. They don't even take the time out and do their homework. To hear me say that Terence Crawford should have never resigned there because they're doing him a disservice. He didn't even take his time out to do that. He didn't even take his time out. Go ahead, non-biased. He gonna come back and say, man, they blocked me. So let me get this straight. When I give you facts, you tell me I'm being biased. Is this a fact that Keith Thurman and Sean Porter listen what he said now, Kurt? You can't make this stuff up, Kurt. Kurt, you can't. Kurt, man, how, Kurt? He said, man, you can say whatever you want. It's dead wrong not giving Crawford 50-50 when he's the blackest and most skilled boxer out there.
Yeah, but blackest don't have nothing to do with it. It's business, and there you go. You're emotionally invested because maybe you're thinking about race or skill. It has nothing to do with that. That's the problem. The Terence Crawford thinking skills. This is business. Y- You're not understanding what's going on here.
Kurt. But when I talk about Jalen, she said, "What?"
Nah, you're way off. Way off.
But,
Yeah, I know. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. There's on Spence. He has the momentum right now. It has nothing to do with him being the blackest or the most skillful. The blackest.
so 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 let me get this straight. Terry Smooth Jr. salute. Now we basing it off is because he's darker than Errol Spence. Hey man, you can't make this up, man. You just can't, man. You can't. You can't. She said, Jalen said, I wouldn't even believe this if I ain't see it with my own eyes. Like, yeah, oh man, you can't make this up, man. You can't. You can't, man. You can't, man. They have nothing. He said I can say what I want. Instead, Taylor Bell said this is getting ridiculous. Kurt. Oh man, Kurt. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, Kurt. So anyway, Kurt, man, how did you like the movie, man?
The documentary was great. I really enjoyed it, man. I really, really enjoyed it. They were in depth about Foreman, man, and it was great. Watch that George Foreman documentary, everybody's. It's a great watch. It really is.
Man, Kurt, I did I overstate it? Did I oversell it?
No, everything you said was right on. You looked at it twice, and I see why. There's something about boxing documentary when you go into life as a fighter. George had to be heavyweight champion 94 from 74, 20-year difference is unbelievable. And he came back a new fighter, a better fighter, more relaxed than the first one, and incredible.
Man, Kurt, I watched it, man, and I'm like, man, I was going to watch it again yesterday. And salute Terry Smooth Jr., man. FSC Radio Library. He said, man, what the? You can't, man. You can't make this stuff up, Kurt, man. You just can't, man. It's unbelievable, man. But yeah, Curry. So, I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. The Carolina Rider said he ran out of gas quick, Blue. Yeah, Kurt, man. Man, I don't know. It's just something about it, right? It's something about his story, man. It moved me, Kurt. It was like, man, I really, really enjoyed it, like truly, like, and man, to see that, to see the depth that George Foreman. You know what I liked about it, Kurt? Uh, um, they went from his childhood to him even telling that when he adopted Sonny Liston's attitude, because he thought that that's how a heavyweight champion should be, right, Kurt? And then when he said that, he had to understand what it was to be a heavyweight champion. Man, that was deep, Kurt. Man, I loved it, man. And then he just walked away from the sport like that. Man, I loved it. Percy Moore in the Super Chat, he said, I truly think if the roles were reversed, Errol Spence Jr. would take the 60-40 split. Errol Spence Jr. is in control of his career, and I think Crawford envies that a little. Facts. Facts. Marlon Hurt. It's on what is it, Kurt, again?
Oh, it's on YouTube. I saw it on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Or you can watch it on YouTube. I watched it.
Play, yep. YouTube.
Yeah. I watched it on Amazon though. That's why I watched it. Right. But it was great, man. I enjoyed it, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. That's why I watched it back to back. I watched it back to back because it just was very smooth. There was no no dry areas to me. The depth. They touched on a lot. You know what I mean? And life, love, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? Lead by example. Salute. Yeah, Kurt. It was thoroughly a great documentary to me, man.
That knockout Moore, man, he set that up beautifully, man. That was a beautiful knockout.
Right, Kurt, and to go in depth, right? Remember, you know what I love, Kurt? Remember he said he was getting frustrated with his corner and everybody else? He's like, I ain't here to win rounds. Remember he said that?
Yep.
I ain't here to
Yep.
win rounds.
Moore did everything wrong, and when you understand boxing, George was throwing left hooks late in the fight, not to hit Moore, but to make him stay stationary so he could be in range of his right hand, because he was throwing the hooks real short just to keep Moore right there. He hit that right hand with a powerful jab. Oh, that was a beautiful knockout, right on the chin.
Mm-hmm. And remember, he said he kept throwing the left hook, right, to put him in line for the right hand. He knew he would move him into that space. Oh man, that was deep, Kurt.
Sure was, man.
Man,
And Moore said, "You ain't set nothing up. You got lucky." He said that on what's that thing that used to come on HBO, Legendary Night?
yeah. He said he got lucky.
The wily veteran George Foreman was a knockout artist and then come back as a relaxed fighter 20 years later, man, being champion. Unbelievable.
20 years later, Kurt.
That's a very underrated feat, man. Unbelievable.
Facts. Earl Henry, my brother in Super Chat, he said Crawford is called a running man. Man, I don't think that's the thing. I don't think he's running from. I think he just don't want to concede to him. He don't want to admit that he's the bigger star than him. That's what it is. He wants you, like we just said, Kurt, right? Salute Jafari Season, my brother in Super Chat. Do you hear what Foreman said about the water? Oh yeah. No, what did he say? I didn't hear what he said about it. If you're talking about Deontay Wilder's water or somebody else's water. I don't Marlon Hurt, my brother in Super Chat. Salute, appreciate you, King. But yeah, Kurt, so it's just like we're saying with Terence Crawford, right? I think what happened, Kurt, is Terence Crawford, he was ahead of Errol Spence. He was on par to replace everybody. That's why, and this makes sense to me, Kurt. Now, tell me if I'm on base. John King, salute. Remember, he said Terence Crawford was looking to fight, Keith Thurman, and he was looking to fight, somebody said, oh yeah. So yeah, Kurt. Remember, he said his focus was Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was his focal point. Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman, right? And I believe, Kurt, at that point in time, remember Keith Thurman was viewed as the best welterweight, right? And I think that Terence Crawford thought that, because he was coming up from being undisputed and so on and such, that he was going to be ahead of Errol Spence when he got to the welterweight division. That's why his focal point was Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman, because they was the best.
Mm-hmm.
Errol Spence built his profile quicker than he thought. Because remember, he was asked about Errol Spence before, and he was like, it was like it could happen, but it wasn't nothing big, remember? And he was saying his focal point was Keith Thurman. And Sean Porter even confirmed that when Sean Porter said when he heard he said when I heard Terence Crawford was coming up, I said, what's your point? What's your goal when you come up here? And he said that Terence Crawford told him, I want to fight the same fight as you want. I want Keith Thurman, I want Manny Pacquiao, and then I want Danny Garcia. He didn't say he wanted Errol Spence because Errol Spence wasn't fully in that picture yet. And see, he was already accomplished at the other weight classes. As he came into this weight class, he thought he was going to do the same. But he wasn't able to secure those fights because Bob didn't want to pay the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
But Errol Spence was able to get those fights, and his profile took off. And before you know it, he superseded him. So now Terence Crawford like, no, look what I did before. And everybody's like, yeah, but that wasn't here. You see what I'm saying? And so now he's at the point where he's like, man, I can't. I'm not going to, I'm not going to concede to this guy. That's truly what I believe is going on.
That's a good point, man. See, Spence took off fast, man. Spence because I could pinpoint his career. Spence got a name in circles when what he did to Mayweather in sparring. People start talking about him. From that, he fought Leonard Bundle at the Olympics. It has 6 million views. From that, he went overseas to beat Kell Brook. And his meteoric rise was in motion. He started garnering attention. Remember, Texas is a very underrated fight state. Texas is a big state. He aligned himself up with the Cowboys, which was very smart. Excuse me. With Jerry Jones. Very smart. And I start seeing it. I said, I see he's building his brand. And the pay-per-views and all that. And when you have a successful fighter, all of that matters. What he did everything right. Promotional companies, when things go right in your career, you have to put yourself in the position. You have to have a team. They call it a machine, where you have a publicist, you have a marketing team. You have everything around you that looking out for your best of your benefit. And Terence didn't do it. Terence does well in Omaha. Omaha, Nebraska is not Detroit, New York, or Texas by any means. It's not a hotbed for boxing. Mm-hmm. And you got a promoter that don't like to pay your opponents. And Bob Arum, when he gave Khan all that money, it just made things a lot worse because Bob wasn't having it no more. Bob was like, I'm not losing money being almost 90 years old. Bob is from the old school, and he mean it. You see how he's talking to Teofimo and Terence? 2 stars in boxing. Mm-hmm. And he don't give a hootenanny about him. So Earl, put himself in that position to be the A side.
Yeah. And that's my thing. William Old School Ardent, my brother in the super chat, he says, salute, Blue. What's the temperature where you are? I'm in New York. Right now it's like 26 degrees or something like that.
Same here, man.
Yeah, it's freezing, man. It's like 25 degrees. It's cold.
Ain't not like a winter and you're in the house and the house is nice and toasty and wearing your Pittsburgh Steelers pajamas with moccasins and hot tea or hot cocoa looking at a good movie. Ain't nothing better.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
It's cold here. My brother, African Sci-Fi Scholar in the super chat, he said, LOL said he's the blackest. He's the ashiest. Kurt, man, you can't. Kurt, great fights. He said, man, I agree. Y'all are biased, man. All we do is love on Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder. He said all the LDBC channels do that.
Nah, because I'm LDBC and I was favoring Fury to beat Wilder. I favored Canelo to beat Charlo. So we're not biased. We just have an opinion and we stick with it. Some people may romanticize fighters, but I don't, and I'm LDBC. I look at things down the middle. I go by what I see. So I have to debunk what you said. You know, being biased. No, no.
Max Garcia, I'm from New York. He said, "Where you from, Blue?" From New York. Chris Perkins, salute my brother in Super Chat. Some of these fans is a sandwich away from a picnic.
Yeah, they nuts. I know what you mean.
Yeah, man. I mean, Kurt, man, you can't make this stuff up, man. You know, people just they hear what they want to hear, you know, and they see what they want to see. Plain and simple, man. And they're gonna go by that, you know, because they want now. The funny part about this is, if I was saying the other way around, and I was on the side with Terence Crawford, would you be saying the same thing? Would you be singing the same song? No, right? Because it would be you agree with that, so you'd be like, oh man, this is why I love this channel. But it's something you disagree with, so that makes us biased. Can't make it up.
Man, boxing in general, we have the fighters, man, that have a great golden era, man. But I told you before, I think last week, I said the lightweights is not going to fight each other. We got Teofimo, we got Haney, we got Tank 130, but make 135. We got Ryan Garcia, but they're not going to fight each other. They're going to fight other people. Light heavyweights, Bivol and Better Beef. What happened? You don't hear nothing. Canelo can go up and fight Better Beef. You can have Canelo and Benavidez with Berlanga coming up the rear. You can have a lot of great fights, man. But I don't think they're going to happen. If we're lucky, we'll get 1 or 2 if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sad part about it.
So look, Faith. Look what this guy's saying, man. Man, people, man. I want to see black boxers versus black boxers 50-50. That's how it should be.
You're cutting out business as business. You're not going to have 50-50 if based on race. It doesn't work like that. And boxing, if I have the bigger name, then I'm getting a bigger slice of the pie. 60-40 as close as 50-50. So take that, no 50-50.
Now he said, Kurt. Now have I ever said that Terence Crawford was scared to fight Errol Spence?
No, you never said that. You never said that. You never said that.
Right. So this guy says what he's trying to say is we're saying that Terence Crawford is scared.
We're not saying that because once the bell goes ding the first round, there's a 50-50 fight. Terence might knock out Spence. It's not far fetched. Terence is a highly skilled fighter who I have as number 1 based on his skill set. He's a terrific fighter, man. Terrific fighter. We just talk about his business acumen. It's not good.
Right. Jay Lynn, she said, when did Shea start playing the part? I don't know. This is what fans will start making up to fit their narrative, Jay Lynn. This is what fans will start to say just to fit their narrative because they don't have a leg to stand on. So they start reaching for anything. School seals, Kurt, you're wrong. If Bud asks for 50-50, respect that. So why are you not respecting Errol Spence asking for 60-40? You want us to respect that Terence Crawford countered it by saying 50-50, but you don't want to respect Errol Spence for saying I'm worth more, so give me 60-40.
Man, how is that wrong? You really think Terence deserved 50-50? What was that attitude when he fought Amir Khan? Right. I'll ask you that. No, man, no.
You know what? When you said that, Kurt, you know what they're going to say, right? Yeah, what? Well, he gave Mikey Garcia 50-50.
Oh, that's yeah, that's coming.
Yeah. Well, he gave Mikey Garcia 50-50 though.
Mikey had a fan base in Texas, and he was a big name. But look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. You have to go by sheer numbers, man. Terrence pay-per-views doesn't do well at all. That's what you have to go by. I don't care how you chop it up. Pay-per-view numbers is everything in boxing because now you can make money. Now you can make money. That's why Al Heyman got successful and got powerful friends, which is his investors, by staging Mayweather Pacquiao, Mayweather McGregor. That put them over the top investors wise. Everybody made money off that fight. Everybody hands got greased up with money in that fight. So because of pay-per-view numbers. If you do 350 pay-per-view, the $1 million pay-per-views is basically gone. Only Mike Tyson can do that. But 350, 400 is good numbers. Fury and Wilder, they're big, and their names are linked together because they had 2 successful pay-per-views. Terrence, didn't have that big pay-per-view.
Now, Faithful Fighter said it's principle. A black boxer like Spence should want his brother in Crawford to finally get 50-50. So now let me ask you this, Faithful Fighter. Why did he sign with Top Rank and have to pay Bob Arum 20%? When he could have been a free agent and fight Errol Spence, and they could have took the majority of the money without having to pay anybody a percentage like that. Now explain that. After Top Rank already told him that there was no budget for him. So why did he resign in 2018 and have to pay Bob Arum a huge percentage? Now explain that. And now he wants Errol Spence to have to pay that percentage with him, when he could have went with over on the other side. You see how that works? So now explain, why did he sign with Bob Arum then and pay Bob Arum percentage? He ain't boxing. Last time I checked, Bob Arum don't box. SG Paz, my brother in Super Chat. Blue Blood and Curry, appreciate the real talk. Salute to you, King.
Salute.
Elijah One Man, salute. He said, Kurt, where do you rank Elza Charles all time? And how would he do against Ray Robinson at middleweight in their prime?
He'll give Ray Robinson a tough fight. Elza Charles is probably the best light heavyweight. And some people got Archie Moore, but he beat Moore, but a couple of times, but 2 or 3 times. But Elza Charles is the best light heavyweight. He was undefeated as a featherweight in the amateurs at 42-0. He would give Ray Robinson problems, man. They used to spar together. A lot of people don't know that, man. Elza Charles is a great fighter. That's James Toney, personal favorite. He would give Robinson all he can handle.
He was great, man. Matt Money, he said, Bud jealous of Errol and wants his light. His pride won't let him take 60-40.
Facts.
Pride.
Facts.
Pride, man. Fred Robinson, my brother in Super Chat, he said, Blue, Bud knows the only way he can talk 50-50 with Errol is to spend the year on Porter and Thurman. Yeah, facts. Oh, man, go ahead, man. Now I got to block you. Goodbye. I try. I give everybody an opportunity, man. Now you got to go. You can't, Kurt. Now you come here talking about, we doing the serpents work and all. Come on, man. Goodbye.
The serpents work. We're devil worshippers now?
And man, goodbye.
That's a first.
Yeah, go sit.
People get tied up into, that's boxing fans, man. They have to be young. I wonder the age of these guys that say things like that.
Yeah, man. You goodbye, man. Anyway, man, smash the like button, man. How many likes we got, man? Let's get the likes up, man. Man, you can't make this stuff up, Kurt, man. Now you see what I'm saying, Kurt? They just get ridiculous with it, man. You can't, man. We deal with facts over feelings over here.
From the sublime to the ridiculous.
Right. Come on, man. Goodbye. So, Kurt, any last words, man, for the people? One second, Blue. 1 second. And so while Curry's doing that, so now let's look at this, right? Yeah, you can't make it up, Terry Smoot, right? And so now let's look at this, right? Now listen what they're saying. Oh, he should want to do 50-50. Okay. Well, he gave Kell Brook $2 million. Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, he's allowing Bob Arum to say they're not worth more than $1 million. Where's the same talk? Where's the same talk? Cowboy Bone salute. Where's the same talk? He just gave Keith Thurman. So you telling me that Vasil Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez and Kell Brook are worth more than Keith Thurman and Sean Porter? Now, so Vasil Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and Kell Brook are worth more than Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. Teofimo Lopez gets a minimum of 1.25. Kell Brook got $2 million. And Lomachenko got 2.5. But Bob Arum says Keith Thurman and Sean Porter are not worth more than $1 million and won't negotiate nothing more than $1 million for them. Really? Really? So where's the same talk? Where's the same energy? Man. Well, go ahead, Kurt. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, it was a very interesting conversation, to say the least. Never a dull moment on YouTube. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the super chats. Great job once again, Blue Blood. That's the norm. And I hope you guys enjoy the fights this weekend. We got some great fights that we're going to talk about coming up on Saturday. I'm Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.